Welcome everyone to Night Out on the DL session 41. Before we get into the recap, just wanted to let you guys know. So the treehouse has been built. There will be a map for that if you guys ever go back to that anytime soon. And as you guys see your rooms, let me know if there are any changes you would like to see, and we can kind of work through that as a collective. At this point, it is what BigYin had envisioned for your characters, and I have built it out as such. With that information, I'll hand it over to the BigYin for his wonderful recap.
Right. Are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Hello, and welcome to your recap. So, last game, well, there actually was a lot of action for the last game. We dragged a demon back to the treehouse, where its guardians with a little bit of copyright infringement, basically Voltroned into a new deity, um, called Mactheros, the Woodwode, which was definitely kind of interesting. We dragged the demon back to Cromwell's room where we kind of interrogated it and got some basic information. And with a little bit of combination of Zone of Truth and Charm, uh, we got as much information as we effectively could. And what it came down to was basically the demons were brought through. There were a total of three so far that the demon was aware of. They were separated, and he was basically told to wait on the side of a wall, then go through a door, kidnap the guy in the shop, and impersonate him until his quote unquote masters returned. He didn't know when they were supposed to return. He doesn't really know much beyond that. Everything seemed very compartmentalized. Um, he said where he was summoned, there were a lot of animal sacrifices. There are a lot of human or animal or creature sacrifices that were required because when he came through the portal, there was bodies all over the place. So it seems that the summoners didn't quite always have the magical oomph needed to uh to get the job done. Um, so and at some point um in the discussion with Zone of Truth, he mentioned that the third demon left with the stone cultists, and there may actually be one other demon running about aside from the two that we are aware of. And uh, I made a mention of Pan, or I should say, the BigYin made a mention of Pan, and the demon kind of looked and was like, "Oh, there are a lot of stories of Pan being a traitor to all, and that he knows of Pan." And so, um, after that conversation, Lando and Cromwell took a bet to see who could kill the demon faster, and apparently, Lando did it in one hit. Um,
Well, one set of hits, like one.
well, one set of hits. There was then a debate. Uh, as to what to do with Valivoe, and because we were going to go off and explore Valivoe's shop some more. So we, as a party, returned Valivoe to the Swinging Sword, put him in one of our rooms, said he needed some rest, and I and I have a kind of a list of things I need to do. The BigYin has a list of things he needs to do for the treehouse, just to kind of to kind of help the servants of the tree feel a little more at home.
Mhm.
Um, and we all reconvene at the in the in Valivo's shop, where there's a lot of discussion about exploring and whether or not we should or should not loot Valivo's shop. Lando, the thief extraordinaire, really wants to. Um, but he can't quite seem to be stealthy enough to do it while everyone's heading down to the basement. Um, so we all go down to the basement, go through the door where that we found back there, walk through and find a stone wall with a couple of gargoyles and a summoning circle. Um, we're not really sure how to get past it, but the door, we can tell that the stone wall itself is magical, so it may be a door that might be able to go up or down that we can get through. Um, looking at the summoning stone, summoning circle, we can tell it's for summoning interplanar beings. It's covered in blood and ash, and the blood is roughly 6 days old, which is in line with the timeline that the demon told us. Um, Between Ulrich and myself, we actually break the summoning stone through a combination of using our axes, our using weapons, and uh, magic to do so. And as we finish our disruption of the stone, there's a sudden pulse of magic as if something's trying to come through, but we destroy the stone and it disrupts the sending. Um, we then examine these two gargoyles on either side of the wall, with their backs to the door, and BigYin has the idea to pull out the amulet and touch it to the gargoyles. The gargoyles kind of jump to life and they say, "Whom do we serve?" However, none of us knows the name of who's pulling the strings, and we end up fighting the gargoyles and destroying them. And there's in the process of that fight kicking off, a black mist uh, kind of comes down and forms a wall behind us, and so we're trapped in this kind of L bend corner chamber, trying to figure out what to do next.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a great recap. So yeah, you guys are in this space. That kind of black wall of like mist and haze exists here. Um, from what you guys can tell, just looking at it, not you don't have to look at it very closely. It doesn't seem to be a solid wall anymore. Before it looked a lot more solid. Now it's just looks like a gas, like a blackish purple gas.
Mm,
Well, that's
Begin
not
kind
good.
of quick bit of table talk. I'm actually gonna thinking of walking up to the wall and just kind of sticking a claw through to see what happens in my animal shape because I have 9 HP to burn. So potentially, if I take any damage, I'll be fine on the other side. I'll just shift back, unless anyone else has any better ideas.
We do have two disposable animals.
Yeah, I could send my owl through there or something.
That's true. So, well, but I'm not sure the BigYin would be too keen on that, as they are animals, even though they're kind of
Yeah.
summoned from a bag. The BigYin might not be the idea of wanton animal testing and would rather test it on himself.
Well, yeah, I thought about that too. Where it's like, my character probably wouldn't be too excited about it, but then these are like, I mean, your character also is a dinosaur right now, which is also an animal in a way, right?
Yeah, but that's something I chose for myself, and it's still me.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Like, go ahead, owl. I'll keep using
So
my owl.
the BigYin just kind of looks at everyone, looks at the stone wall, looks at the mist, and then just kind of walks his way over here and turns around and kind of just backward walks so his tail just passes into the field.
Okay, so just your tail,
Trying to
right?
see what happens. Yeah, just like the first third of his tail.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen.
Taking that as a positive sign, the BigYin turns around and walks through and tries to walk through the mist.
Okay, so go ahead and move your character how you want to through the mist. Cool. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, great.
Remember, this is your wisdom, not the animal's wisdom. For what
Yeah, I
worth.
know.
And I think you keep your modifier.
I just have to pull up my character sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Hey,
It's good that it's his wisdom modifier. I don't think a dinosaur's wisdom modifier is very good.
no, not particularly. At least not this one. I'm sure there are other ones that are a little bit more wise. But this one in particular, not great.
I think
18.
if dinosaurs were still alive, then they would have a good wisdom score, but they're dead, so.
Yeah.
Or why do you think they're dead? They weren't wise enough to build fallout shelters.
Yeah.
Or
well,
is it intelligent enough? Which is
just
it?
go
Really?
into a hole.
Right. Yeah, nothing seems to happen to you,
All it
Big.
would take.
Right. So BigYin. Do I
Sorry,
processing
let me
all
do a
of this?
description. Yeah, let me do a description for you.
Yeah.
So as you walk through it, you feel a little pressure on your mind, but your kind of like mental fortitude blocks whatever this is as you just kind of pass through it unharmed.
Okay. So I guess my next question, DM, is if I pass through it, would I feel the same effect again?
I
Or
don't know.
since I've
Would
already
you?
passed through it?
I don't know. Would you?
BigYin passes through again to go and talk to the team.
Another wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay, so it is every single time. Okay.
Now it's just, at least 3 times you have to go through it unless we can figure out a way to turn it off. Asking for trouble.
Oh boy, let's go. All right, take an adversity token,
Oh shit.
Oh God,
or you can burn.
Really?
You can burn 2.
I will burn 2.
Okay, burn the 2.
But we don't find out what it does.
That's okay.
Fine by me.
Yeah,
Please.
so you've burned the 2 tokens to get your score up to a 17, which was the DC.
Okay.
And same kind of pressure, kind of pucks. This one kind of pokes a little bit more at you, but you kind of steel yourself again as you walk through it.
So, BigYin?
Well, you did.
Hang on.
He's a
just
dinosaur.
give
He
me-
can't speak.
Give me a
for what it's
second.
worth.
Oh, right.
I'll drop my wild shape and shift
Oh wait,
back into.
you could. Okay, sorry. You could, because you retain your same like mental consciousness. You could talk to Elwarin via your ring.
Oh, you're right. Holy shit,
Fuck,
you're right.
this is
Jesus.
broken. God damn it.
Why
That's
did
on
I?
you,
Did,
man.
why did I even bother walking back through the
This
mist?
is broken. I don't know. I
Should we
didn't.
retcon that shit or
Yeah,
no?
if you want
no,
to,
You
that's fine. I mean-
you had a wisdom save, not an intelligence
okay.
save.
Yeah.
That's why.
So, well, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself the 2
yeah,
adversity
take
tokens
those 2
back.
back. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
I
so
just
I
forgot
walk-
about that.
I kind of walk through and then I stop and then
You can't see
just
them.
kind of like, yeah. So I can't.
It's like
Clearly, it's
hazy.
opaque.
Yeah, it's
So
clear.
I-
Yeah.
I
Okay.
stop and I tilt my head and I begin to start to, and I distinctly pick out the token, the
The Emerald Enclave.
Emerald Enclave token
That's fine.
channel,
Yeah.
and I focus in on Elwarin's pendant, and I say, "Right, well that was strange."
Strange in what way? I mean, obviously you're still okay.
Aye, well that's the thing. It tries to mess with your mind a bit. The same kind of pressure we felt from. Do you remember when the demon tried to mess with our heads?
Oh, I don't like
a
that.
little bit different. So
It's a little.
sorry,
it's
I'll clarify.
It's a similar feeling.
Yeah, so
Well,
let me clarify.
it was also they were also wisdom checks.
One was a charisma check, one was a wisdom check, right? So let
Yeah,
me. Yeah,
I
let
think
me.
Elwarin had a charisma check. I had a
No, Ulrich.
wisdom
Ulrich had a
check.
charisma check.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so let me give a little bit more information, I guess, if you're comparing it to the demon thing. So the demon taking hold of you felt more like claws trying to grip into you. This one feels more of like a hook trying to get its way in.
Okay.
It
So
sounds more
as
like
the last one felt, this one feels a bit more, not as upfront dangerous, a bit more devious. As if it plays on the wisdom of the mind. I reckon you and I would have no problem getting through. But I'm not so sure about the others. Maybe Cromwell will be okay.
well,
but-
maybe we shouldn't take the chance with all of us. That seems like a high risk here.
Well, I'm
do
going
we,
to look on.
do the rest
I'm
of
going
us
to look
hear
on this
what they're
side to
talking
see
about?
if there's
No.
No.
a switch.
Fuck. I was just gonna run through.
So I'm
You could,
going
no,
to.
I'm fine with you running through right now. Actually, if you it's been a little bit since BigYin walked through, and you guys haven't heard anything. You didn't hear like a thump, like he fell over. He's just kind of you hear nothing on the opposite side. So if you want to run through, you should run through, man.
So I'm actually I'm going to drop my form.
Okay,
And.
but that's still
If
let's
he drops
still
his
let
form on
let's
the other
still-
side.
let's
Does he-
let's let Lando go first, right? Because like you walked through
Okay.
and you've been talking to Elwarin,
Ah.
and so during this time, Lando runs through as you're dropping your form. We'll say that.
And I'm just
Okay.
gonna yell no while he's already through it.
Too
So yeah,
late.
so Lando, you run through. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for anybody.
Fuck.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Oh boy! Oh no!
Hey, on the upside, you get an adversity token.
You do get an adversity token.
Yay!
If you want to burn, no, your body makes it through.
Uh,
No, no.
Do you
no,
want? Do you have 15 adversity tokens to burn for this?
I do not.
Okay. Okay. All right. However,
Hey, hit me, baby, one more time.
listen. Can you burn 5 to get to a 7? Because that will drastically change what happens to you right now. For the better, in my opinion.
I'm gonna leave that up to the committee, because I guess with that adversity token I got for getting this, I have 5. But then
No,
Better-
you wouldn't.
You wouldn't
I
get
wouldn't have
you,
5?
you wouldn't
Because
get
you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't fail.
No, he'd still fail, but he wouldn't get another one because you're spending 5 to make it less bad.
no, I understand that.
I'd say if there's a chance you can lessen
Alright.
the.
I'm gonna
How
roll.
bad
I'm
it
gonna
could
roll I'm gonna roll a D2, and if it lands on a 1, then I will do that. If it
Okay.
lands on a 2, you know,
You
Okay.
take the hit.
we're just gonna live and let live.
Got it. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, I'm just
I can picture it on the wall, carved out of wood.
yeah. It's just the way that I have this effect happening is
oh.
it's significantly worse if you roll more than 10 below the DC.
All right, well, there we go.
Sweet. Yeah, excellent. All right. So yeah, spend all 5. You don't get 1 for this fail though.
Cool.
So what happens is as your body kind of rushes through Lando, your body collapses, but you yourself are still outside. You have been pulled out of your body, and you're now kind of like a spirit, just looking at your
God.
body. You're not dead though. The body is still breathing. Just so everyone's clear. So BigYin, you can see Lando run through. His body just falls, but you see him just fall. He's still breathing. He's still conscious, but he's just not moving. Yeah. So you are now a floating sphere of something, Lando. You're not even yourself. You're like think like a teardrop shape. That's you as a like silvery ethereal form.
Yeah.
Oh, he's turned into Navi. Hey, listen.
You can't. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, pretty much. But no copyright infringement, of course. Yeah. So BigYin, you can hear things from the opposite side of this wall. You just can't see through it, for what it's worth.
Right.
And Lando, you can make sounds and noises. You're just not sure if anybody can hear you. You can move around kind of at will. Also, you kind of just like float around and move. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but that's a thing that you can do also.
I'll
Okay.
immediately like continue my conversation with Elwarin. I'll just say, that's not good. Ulrich just felt like a puppet
No,
with cut
Lando.
strings.
Lando.
Lando just felt like a puppet with cut strings. Can I see his spirit floating above his body, or
No, you go. You just see his body. Here, how about this?
Ooh.
I will just give you a here. Let me draw a circle for you. 1 second. Let me think about this.
There should be a wisp.
I draw a circle, and then that's what I control.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm just gonna move your body back to where it was.
I think this whole time Ulrich has just been inspecting the stone wall.
Yeah, cool. So you have like stone expertise or whatever
That's
BS.
only for history.
Okay. Roll.
And I already did that.
Roll investigation.
Great.
Me
No.
or who? Him. Yeah.
For Ulrich, the man with the myth, the legend on the
Cool.
wall, and Cromwell will be assisting you to give you advantage. Okay, didn't matter. Yeah, so you're kind of inspecting this wall, and as you kind of touch the stones and kind of feel the wall that's there, it feels like rough but smooth at the same time. And as you try to like pull or kind of like push the stones around, they seem to be like magically linked, so you couldn't pull it out. I prefer if you didn't do that personally, but I mean, you can do what you will, I guess. Lando, that's for you. Just a circle would be great, personally, just to make my life easier, so we don't have to delete like 30 different things as you kind of like do your thing as this ghosty dude. So this is all happening simultaneously, so we'll get to you, Lando, in a second, and BigYin and Elwarin will get to you in a second. So, but you try to pull the stone, you feel like it give a little bit, but it not move, if that makes sense. Like it's not tightly packed in there. Like you don't feel like the weight of all the stones above it that's holding it down. You feel like some other force is preventing you from pulling it out.
I'm gonna start working at it with my crowbar.
Same result. Nothing budges. But it's not, like I said, it feels different than if like these were just like a stack of stones.
Sure. That's just what I'll be working on while this
Okay.
whole Lando thing's happening.
Cool. Yeah, Cromwell's just hanging out with you. He's just like, I don't know what those idiots are doing, but let's take care of this wall.
No one's telling us anything, so
Exactly,
it must be
yeah.
fine.
Exactly. So he's just going to be helping you, and he's going to be giving you advantage on whatever rolls you're doing with the assist action or help action, whatever you call it. All right, Elwarin, BigYin, Lando. Lando, what are you up to, my dude? As this little wisp thing.
I mean, I don't think there's really a lot I can do. So
Are you like trying to speak? Or are you trying to say anything? Trying to do anything?
I'm just gonna try to see if I can scare BigYin. So I'm just gonna go boo in his face.
Cool.
Boo.
Make a performance roll for me. DC of 15. Fuck. Do you have an adversity token to spend?
Nope.
No, use them all.
Shit.
Yeah.
I try. Look, I'm trying here, guys.
I ended up as this wisp.
Yeah, so BigYin, you don't hear anything, but you feel something around you.
A little air.
He's not sure.
Yeah.
It's just something.
What if I just go up to him and just blow in his ear?
You can't physically do that, but
Damn
BigYin feels like there's a presence around him. He's just not sure what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Let's
what
see.
you know.
Do I is there any way for me?
You recognize that Lando's body is breathing still, so you know he's not dead.
Yeah, I know he's not dead medically.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking more along the lines of what can I do to try. I want to do an Arcana check first on the wall, then on. I'm basically trying to use my Arcanist knowledge, my arcane knowledge to determine a link between the wall and a trigger that I can use to disable it.
Interesting time to do that.
Yeah, what I will say is this is something that you've never seen before, so the DC is going to be fairly high.
Why
Just
didn't
as a
you do
heads up.
that? Why didn't you do that before running through it?
Because this makes more sense for BigYin, man. I don't know. But just so you're aware, this is going to be a DC of 17 again. Like this is a very hard check. This is magic unknown to you. You've never seen something like this happen before, and you have no idea what this cave is about. Close. Do you have a diversity token?
Oh, I have several.
Okay. Are you going to spend it?
I'm going to spend.
You need one.
I
You
have
just need to spend
8.
one.
I have 8 adversity tokens. I'm going to spend 4 to get myself to a dirty 20.
Again, you only need
need one. You just need one. Getting additional doesn't do anything for you.
Okay, so I'll just burn the 1 then.
Yeah. This isn't something that like if you go over on, I'll give you like infinite more knowledge. This was a like 17, like you get the knowledge that you would have gotten no matter what you rolled, sort of deal.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So with the 17, make sure you deduct 1.
I did.
You understand this is a wall that's not of a like physical, like it's going to like harm you as you walk through, as you can kind of tell inspecting Lando's body. You don't see any kind of bruises or anything like that. You kind of look down at yourself, but then you realize, hey, I was in a Dionychus body before, so I wouldn't have noticed this on myself anyways, right? You kind of are inspecting Lando's body. You're not seeing any kind of weird abrasions or anything that would look funky. And so you guess this is a mental suction kind of magic, where it pulls your consciousness out of your body, and you're not quite sure what happens if 2 people were to walk through at the same time, but you can surmise based off what's going on with the wall and kind of Lando's body that his consciousness has been removed from his body.
Is there anything I would know that would help me put his consciousness back in his body?
No, not that you are aware of. This is magic that is higher than.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to call frickin'. Oh dear. I'll kind of turn back to the Elwarin channel.
Baby.
Say, would you mind talking with Ulrich? I think we're going to have to make a deal with Garfield, because it seems that this mist is it's magic I've never seen before, and it's the kind of magic that literally will pull your soul from your body. It seems that's exactly what has happened to Lando. I've no way of putting his soul back in his body, and yeah, we might need to get we might need to get our friend Garfield down here to assist, and it may be expensive. So you may want to give him a bit of warning that I'm going to make that call. Is that all right?
I'll give them the warning. Sure.
I mean, Ulrich and Cromwell can hear you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just weren't
No, I
talking
thought it
out
was-
loud
He was,
before.
he was still
He was
talking
in
on
the
the
ring.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was still tuned into the channel.
sorry. I thought you were talking out loud. My bad.
No,
Sorry.
so they can hear me on their side. Ulrich, I recommend not walking through the mist.
Why would I
it would
walk
s-
through the mist?
Well, Lando tried it, so I wasn't sure if y'all were queued up to just sprint through.
Hell no. What?
Yeah, Lando has had his soul sucked from his body by the mist.
That'll happen. I've been warning y'all for
So,
a long
Ulrich's,
time.
Ulrich's like
just-
Ulrich's hatred for magic and like apprehension for it has finally come to pass.
Like,
I'm
Uh,
just going to give Garfield a ring, a call, an earring, so to speak, and I'm going to see if he can help us.
Well, I'm trying to figure out this whole wall thing. I bet there's something back here that'll turn off this mist.
I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, that mist came up once those two, whatever you call them,
Gargoyles.
yeah, once they started moving, is when the mist appeared, right?
Yeah.
So there might be some sort of trigger there, and I think we talked about this earlier when we said that maybe
Then
if we
I
put
will
weights
wait.
once we put weight, maybe we put weight where they were sitting, and that will help trigger the mist go away.
Oh, yeah. We got these little platforms over here. I'm gonna climb up onto this platform here.
Cool. Make an investigation check with advantage because Cromwell's helping you out as you kind of climb onto the platform to get better like vantage point. Okay, 18. Hell yeah, I love to see it. As you're kind of inspecting it, you see kind of a similar like card mechanic that you saw back with the rock by the quarry, where if you seem to hold up the symbol, something's going to happen.
Hold up the symbol.
Nothing
the
happens when
one-
you hold up this symbol to it. If
I'm holding up the one, the fancy one with the drag.
yes,
What is
yes,
it?
the fancy one, the one that you have. The other
Yeah.
one is held by BigYin currently.
Right. Yeah.
As you're
That's
kind of
why I asked.
inspecting that, you kind of put it up and you're like, huh, why isn't this working? You look across and you see there's another one on the opposite end at the same level where you have to be standing on the dais or
Sure.
be a very, very tall person to do that.
Hey, BigYin, before Garfield steals your soul or whatever, could you toss that there pendant over?
I toss it through the mist.
Oh, cool. It just lands by it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it hits Hulk as you just toss it through the
come
mist. Like, it doesn't hurt him or anything like that. It just kind of gets lost in the fur a little bit and then just like slowly falls down onto the ground.
Still a little
then I-
disrespectful, but whatever.
Sorry,
he can't
I
see.
can't see through
Yeah,
the wall.
He can't see, right? So
It's not like I
grab it.
fastballed it through.
yeah, it was like an underhand lob. That's why it just kind of like melted into the fur and like it just fell to the ground.
Grab it and hand it to Cromwell.
Go,
Be like,
Cromwell.
all right,
Sweet.
on 3 when we.
Let's let me move him. He's on top. Just
And on 3 we will present the insignias together.
cool. And as you do that, this magical wall.
Well.
crumbles down.
All right. Well, we got more investigating to do because we got the wall down.
Aye, but this mist is still here.
Well, yeah, I would imagine it's like a trigger or something further in. So
Well, I can walk back through.
yeah, but I
mean,
thought you were gonna sell your soul to Garfield.
That's a fair point.
also, didn't you just tell us what happened to Lando? Why would you take the risk and walk back through?
I'm significantly smarter than Lando. I doubt it'll affect my
But that's
See, now that right there indicates you're not.
brain.
The
And at this
naivete
point,
of feeling yourself after you walk through the mist, nothing happened to you, and seeing someone else fall unconscious next to you.
That
At
would
this point,
never happen to
I'm
me.
ignoring Ulrich, and I was like changing channels in my head again to Garfield. I'm like, Garfield, you wouldn't happen to know how to put a soul back in a body, would you?
Oh, BigYin, what have you stumbled upon?
Well, why don't you come down into the basement of Valivoe's shop and you'll see.
No, no,
Lando,
no. That might be a trap for me, planning.
No, I promise. It's no trap for you. I'm standing on the other side of a black mist wall. I walked through it, and I felt a wee tingle in my mind, but I survived and got through. Before I could tell Lando not to run through, Lando ran through, he fell over
Oh,
alive,
wait, one
but
second. Did you guys run at the same time, or did Lando come through after you?
he came in after.
Ooh, you should try having two people go through it once and see what happens.
Fine, that sounds lovely, but what should I do about Lando and his soul?
You just bring him to me, the soul will stay near the body.
What's this going to cost?
I don't think they're gonna be able to carry me.
Well, they
Put me on
did.
the
They did
goat.
last time. It took a while. Put him on the goat. Hulk will carry you. It's fine.
There we go.
Wait,
There we go.
actually,
There we go.
there's an
Problem
idea.
solved.
Hey, that's a fair point. Elwarin, would you come through with Hulk?
Are you saying this out loud, or are you trying to switch channels?
No, I'm talking out loud.
Okay.
I stopped.
Sure.
Like, right. Garfield says if we come through two at a time, it shouldn't be a problem. Would you mind
Okay.
sending? Would you mind sending Hulk? Would you mind coming through with actually send the owl and Hulk through? That way you can stick with those two, and if they want to explore further, we can split the party and they actually have someone else to back them up. Send the owl and Hulk through if you don't mind.
Okay.
Do
Well,
they? No, do they have souls?
that's a good question because they're not even like the
Right?
magic beings, right? So
Oh, if I know, they came out of that bag though, right?
yeah,
Most now, again, not a magic person. Most giant goats don't live in bags, right?
that's a very fair point. That's not where they
Alright.
come from.
Apt observation from somebody
Right.
who's very unmagical.
Well, then two of you can come through. Then two of you can come through
Perhaps.
on your own.
Ye-
I just need someone either to help me. Actually, if you send Hulk through, I can lift Lando onto Hulk, and Hulk can help me carry him over to Garfield. Either that, or two of you come through, I turn into another animal, burn my last wild shape, and I carry Lando as a bear on my back to.
Well, if you would
Garfield.
do that, why would we have to go through the mist?
And because I can lift him onto my back myself, you idiot.
But you said you're going to turn into an animal and then carry him, so
And
you
I
would need
lift
us.
him myself onto my own back, you idiot.
Okay, I would like to argue. I would argue a bear probably could
Yeah,
lift something and
Yeah,
put
I
it on
was
its
gonna say,
back.
if you can carry
Yeah,
him, then you can probably lift him up there.
You
But
know,
this-
I can be like Leo
Oh, to hell
DeCap
with this
and
shit. I just
you know, the
I
Revenant.
burn my last wild shape. I turn into a giant bear. And
Now,
I just lift Lando up.
what's your CR rating that you can turn into?
At level 5? Druid
That's 2.
progression. Druid progression 5e.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Cromwell and be like, I'm not going through that thing.
We knew you were never
level-
going through. Let's just be real
So
here.
at
We knew
fourth
you were never going
level,
through.
so at 4th level it says half no flying speed, technically. But since I took Circle of the Moon Druid,
Mhm.
my CR level is 1.
Okay, I just want to see if brown bear is a 1. Brown bear is a 1, so you could turn into a brown bear.
Yeah, hang on, let me just verify that. Circle of Moon. Circle forms. So right to the circle. Starting at 2nd level, you can start wild shape at form. I ignore the max CR column. Starting at 6th level, I can transform into challenge rating as high as a druid level divided by 3 rounded down. So it's still technically a 1.
It's a 1. The
And
next
at
level will be a
level-
2.
Yeah, so level 6, I can do CR2.
Yeah, so you're at 1, so you can turn into a brown bear.
Okay, so I turn into a brown bear and I just
Okay.
muscle Lando onto my back and I carry him out.
All right, there's your brown bear token. Whenever it loads onto your
All right.
screen.
Jesus
I'll,
There it
Christ.
is.
I'll,
There you go.
I'll look over at Ori and just. It seems like he was very impatient. I mean, we could have found a solution, but I just
No, it's
didn't.
not giving me any control over him yet.
Yeah, I know. I haven't. I will move it for you. Give me
Okay.
a large second. I should have. Oh wait. Nah. I'm not gonna make you pull the bag of tricks one out.
Actually, no, I could have done the giant toad or the giant spider, but
No, this is fine.
I don't know if a giant spider could hold a Lando.
Lando is a hefty boy.
Yeah, maybe an Elwarin, but
Maybe no Warren mixed
I could
with.
definitely
with a
carry.
BigYin?
I could definitely carry an Ulrich as a giant spider.
Perhaps.
maybe. I got a lot of shit on me though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's heavy because he's got stuff with him, not because he's like fat or anything.
Got 244 pounds of gear on me.
That's a lot of shit. How much gear do you have on you, Lando? That's a good question, actually. Before we get into this too deeply,
I only have 113.
Whoa, you're light.
this
You're
man
kinda
weighs
light.
400 pounds, give or take.
Wait, I weigh 300 pounds
You're
just
like-
as my body.
You're
and
like
then-
you said you're like 250 plus. I thought you're like 275 almost.
Yeah, let's go with like $2.80. You know,
Yeah, so you're looking
Yeah,
at 400
sounds a lot
pounds.
worse than $1.80, but $1.80 just
That's not right.
three
Yeah.
syllables.
So that's 400 pounds of weight. Let me see
Yeah.
if a brown bear can lift 400 pounds.
I mean, bears can lift themselves, so you know.
That's different than like putting somebody like on his back and like walking away. You know what I mean? I guess that's a different thing. How much
No.
can a grizzly bench? Here we go.
How
This is
much
what
can
we're
I
looking
do?
for.
Well, it's not
Show
like
me.
he's not on his back. I'm on his back. He can carry me.
Okay, all right. So let me read this for you guys. Grizzly bear. When it comes to pure strength, the grizzly bear can lift over 500 kilograms
Wow.
or 0.8 times its body weight. So I'm going to say yes, you can lift that man.
Like, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
happening. Yes.
Just a drop in the bucket on that guy.
Damn.
Well, then I'm hauling your ass. Let's go.
Now here's the question, right? Last time Garfield had you guys do something, it was sorry, 1 second.
I figure Lando's paying for this one anyways because he was the one who he Leroy Jenkins'd it and got himself in this predicament.
So
I'm just a true leader.
I think my connection died on Roll20 or something. 1 second. 1 second.
Who followed someone? A true leader who
Oh, I know.
follows.
I know.
Yeah. It's called being
Without
a winner.
thinking.
There we go. Cool. All right. Sorry. 1 second. I'm still working through this right now.
Shit.
What exactly did you win?
You know, sentience.
Now he's a fucking ball of energy. It's
Yeah.
Fair.
I
I mean, it could be
am
fun.
Casper.
think of the things he can see now.
If we could
Think of the
communicate with
things
him, that'd be
that
great.
I can do.
Not much, but you can scout like crazy.
Mm,
But he has no way of communicating with us.
true.
Have you tried going through any walls or anything? Or
Ooh, baller ass. Hold on. I'm going right back here.
Sorry. I'm
Oh.
still working on this thing. 1 second. All right. I would like to contain yourself. You're not able to move more than 10 feet away from your body.
What the fuck? That's so dumb. Hey.
Do you want your
Bro-
soul to fucking like
Bro-
never go back to your body?
I'll find it.
Fine. How this? Look, hear me out.
Find
Hear
the
me
new
out.
one.
Hear me out now. Okay. As you try to move further than 10 feet away from your body, you feel like the link that holds you to your body start to tenuously strain to the point where if you left, that kind of string, that proverbial string that's holding you to your body would snap. So I'll let you decide from there. There, I've given you the information. You can do what you will with that information now.
Rest in peace.
oh boy, we're going out the deep end of
Listen,
this.
man. If
Oh,
he
great.
wants to
He's gonna
die,
turn into a hollow.
listen, man. If he wants to die, like this body to die, and him to find a new body, we can arrange for that. That is something that I am comfortable with doing as a group, but I would like him to know the consequences accordingly.
What if I go and I can infect Garfield and then I'm just some OP ass mage? That'd be pretty cool.
Don't think
Yeah.
you could do. I think you would lose.
I would love to
I would
see you
hate
try.
to tell you, but I think you would lose.
Oh my god,
mean-
every part of me would love to see you try that. Every fiber of my being would love to see that happen, and then Garfield just assassinate your soul.
Well, why would he have to assassinate my soul?
You try to take over his body. What do you mean?
Yeah, but
Well, I mean,
All right,
That's
the
not
bear is
assassinate.
set up. You should be good now.
if we're talking about trying to take over certain bodies, have you tried taking back your own body? Have you tried to go back in there?
no.
All right, Big, you should be able to move that now. Let me know if you can.
Is that an option?
I don't know.
Have you
You're
tried?
talking about trying to do that with.
I wouldn't have thought so. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
So are you gonna try to do that?
Sure. I guess is that an Arcana check? Is that
No.
just some
I-
weird spiritual athletics?
It's going to be a check that I've devised. It is going to be a
Survival.
intelligence, straight intelligence check.
Great, and so that means it's really high.
DC of 15. Intelligence DC
Oh.
15.
So that's gonna be a saving throw.
No, just regular intelligence. Because
I
you're
don't have-
you're
I
trying
don't have
to
that- Oh, yeah, there we go.
you're trying to will yourself back into this and then gain control of your
Okay.
body. So yeah, as you do that, you kind of pass through the what you think is your head, and your body just doesn't seem to latch onto you.
Well, knowing my body though, I feel like that would be
No.
more of like a wisdom or
Yours
charisma
is
thing.
is as low as it is because it's you.
Well, I'm just thinking it would be like I would think I would have to convince my body to take its soul back.
For reference, the way this check works in my head is there is a DC, and that is modified based on your actual intelligence level. So your -1 has given you a -1 on that DC. There you go. See, Ulrich's got you covered. But yeah, easily.
He says nothing about that. That doesn't have anything to do with me, except for I guess whatever. It
It's
doesn't
carrying your body. He can
Yeah.
carry your body without an issue.
I thought we already established that one. He can bench press a ton or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
Like I said, that was just a funny little Google search that I was curious about. All right. So we are splitting the party officially, correct?
Yeah. And
Alright.
the
We ain't
bear
going
just
nowhere.
kind of grumpily wanders his ass upstairs.
Okay, cool. So we can have that happen. You leave. We'll just leave your tokens here just so you can see. Yeah, that's fine. Lando, I'll let you see the map because I feel like that's lame if you can't see the map, at least with the group. You guys aren't actually here. I'm just giving you guys vision of what's happening as they kind of make their way through.
Cool.
In case
Isn't
you guys
that what
can't see. it.
the frog is for?
Does the frog? Can you guys see this frog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, if I were to move the frog here, for example, do you guys
Yep.
now see like the bottom portion here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dope! Oh yeah, hell yeah! Move your bodies away then. Send thee away to the depths of the top of the bottom. Nope, not there, buddy. That's no man's land. You're over here. You guys are here. Excellent, sweet. I'm so glad that works the way I was hoping. I just wanted to verify. Cool. All right. So you guys are there. You guys are heading over towards Garfield's place. Are you gonna let him know you're on your way, or are you just gonna show up?
Yeah,
as the bear?
no, I will just say, right, I've got Lando on my back. I'm a giant bear. Be prepared to receive me.
Oh fuck! I don't know how you guys are gonna get out of the shop.
Isn't
I'm a
Valivoe
bear.
up
I will
there?
push my way through the door.
No, Valivoe's sleeping in your room. I don't know if the door can fit you physically.
I am a fucking bear. I will break through it. I will literally break the shop.
Did we talk about squeezing through small places last time?
Mm-hmm. A creature can squeeze through a space that's large enough for a creature one size smaller than it.
Yeah. So we should be good.
So if a door is intended for a medium-sized person,
Okay.
a
all right.
large-sized creature can squeeze through.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I don't need to think about how physically that works, but that's okay.
I mean,
He-
bears
he
can
might-
squeeze themselves. Grizzlies can squeeze
he
themselves into
sucked it in.
cars.
He might
Oh,
lose
I don't
Lando
know.
and then just pull him through, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
I was more thinking like, how is he going to? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Well, then hold on. Now, okay, once he gets out of the shop, there's a fucking bear in the middle of this town.
Listen, we'll cross that door once we get there. Okay. Literally and physically, we'll cross that door when we get there.
Yeah, they'll
Uh,
probably just see Lando on it and be like, "Oh, okay."
But they'll see
Bear's
Lando
taking down the
unconscious.
drunk dwarf again.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a common occurrence in this town. We'll get
Yeah,
there in a second.
Just fucking found a friend.
We will fucking get there in a second. We're
I
here
had,
right
to
now.
phone, I had to phone a friend, and it happened to be a phone a bear.
Yeah, you know, we're
Lando, getting up to that trouble again.
you know, we're here right now.
It's just this, this world's boober. You know, bear Uber.
I will, yes, I will mentally cross that once we get there. I didn't think about this implication, but that's that's for me to deal with and not for you guys.
Yeah. Just trying to riff it a little,
cool.
Keep it interesting.
All right, yeah. So all that's happening, Ulrich, this kind of wall of stone fades down into the below, and sand and earth just kind of cover over the space after that wall is gone. So it looks exactly the same as the floor.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Well, now that going through that mist seems like a real dumb idea. Well, I suppose we don't really know what's around the corner, so maybe this is the dumb idea.
Yeah, fuck me, man. I have so many things I need to populate here in the future. But that's okay. That's okay.
All right. Well, I'm
Oh, 1 second. I do need to stop you 1 second. There are a
Yeah, I
couple
was
things
like-
that are here. I apologize. This is on me.
yeah, you should have expected me to walk forward.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
there's like a
yeah,
feeling black
yeah,
mist.
I apologize. Give me 1 second. 72.
Also, Ulrich, before you run into there, I can send my owl as a scout to see around the corner.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, that's good. That's good. I was just gonna like get up against this
Yeah.
this little piece right here and poke my head around. But I
It's
like the owl. Owl,
Yeah.
if it dies, I'll try the mist.
They would be 1 second. I'm setting some tokens up 1 second. I apologize again. This is something that I should have really thought about. Yeah, we're gonna say that's how that is. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Excellent. Yeah, so you start walking forward. I'm gonna say Cromwell follows you just because.
No. We made up a new plan.
Yeah, but are you guys gonna
Yeah.
stop here then, or where are you stopping?
Yeah.
guys?
Like
gonna send-
I'll have gotten past the lake.
Okay. All right.
We're
Yeah.
sending
Owl
send
buddy.
the owl.
Yeah, Owl buddy comes through.
And I'm
make
gonna
roll.
indicate the Cromwell
second.
to like get against the wall.
Cool. All right, so Cromwell will come up behind you.
Yeah.
1 second. Chill for a second there, Bucko. One fucking second. I need you to roll a stealth check for me for this bird.
Oh,
Okay.
they should have.
There's like a stealth on their thing, right?
Oh, yeah, it has. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it says skills stealth +3. So just click on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Nice. Perfectly average as all things are meant to be.
All right. So as this bird starts to flap its wings and kind of passes into this area, I'm just going to add another one of me on there so you guys can not lose vision here. It comes through and it sees. Well, you don't know what it sees. I'll just say that you have no idea what it sees. It kind of.
Don't I have a?
Oh yes, you can talk to it, but you can't see through it. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah. I guess I'm
Yeah.
just asking you to.
Yeah, he's going to describe to you what he sees in a brief second. And we're going to get through some shit together as a group when this happens.
Except for BigYin and I, but that's cool.
Yeah, except for you two. But you may be relay this information in the future. So the owl is like, "Hey there, or who, boss? There's not much going on." And as he gets to here, he turns his head and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And at this point, fuck, I gotta roll so many things now. God damn it! This is something I really should have prepped better. Just gonna do that. What's the AC of this owl?
11.
Okay. As you all see a rock fly through the air and pop the owl as he goes, "There's a lot of poof."
How big is this rock?
Here, I'll draw it on this. I'll draw it on here.
You don't have to draw it. Just like
Roughly that
it's up,
big.
That's a boulder. That's not a rock.
Yeah, it's a small boulder. Yes, that
What the fuck?
flies through
Not
the
even
air
a
and
10-foot boulder.
yeah, it flies through the air and just squishes your bird friend.
There's no way for the owl to like hear the boulder coming and reacting to it. I mean, it's an
That's what the
owl.
armor class is.
Yeah, and that's what the
Oh, that's
stealth check was for. Also, was so that they
Okay,
wouldn't
well,
hear the owl coming through.
well, it has this keen hearing and sight, so I was hoping I could take advantage of it. Because
You know what? I hear you out. The boulder has disadvantage, but still hits for what it's worth.
right, okay, whatever.
I
I
gave
thought I
it
could do
disadvantage
it.
for that. If that makes you feel any better.
With wisdom saving throw or something, but
I don't know if
perception.
so the stealth was to beat the passive perception of these guys because they weren't
Okay.
expecting anybody to come through. And they had a 12. And so the
Okay.
10 lost out to the 12. But since it has the keen hearing and sense, also that he like as he turned on the corner he saw them, but as he saw them, this rock got thrown as he was talking to you.
Okay,
So like
fair
his we'll say he was a little distracted because he was talking to you as he was coming around the corner. I think
Fair
that's
enough.
kind of fair.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, but your owl friend goes poof into the ether as this rock, a boulder thing, just crashes into this back wall here.
Well,
And then you guys all hear a roar.
maybe we should try the mist.
And as you guys hear that, roll initiative for me.
Run!
I'm gonna put you right there, just until then.
Maybe I did make the right decision.
You might have. You
Even
might
though I
have.
lost
Well,
my soul.
you could have still waited, and we could have figured something out.
We
But
could have
you-
done this as a team. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I apologize from the deepest soul of my body.
They're
Stop
so dead.
apologizing. Just do it.
Oh no, it's happening. It's great. I'm excited, but I feel bad all at the same time because you guys were excited. Hey, that was a 2. Hell yeah, we like to see that. All right, we're missing. Oh yeah, I have to roll one for this dude. That's right. I was like, we're missing one. I was like, that's me. That's me who has to roll this.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the day that Cromwell dies. Oh no, he's fine. He lives. Nice.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
There are 2 people who are going before him.
Why does
Alright.
Elwarin have to roll initiative when he's still behind the wall?
Because he heard
The
the
wall's
oh
down.
fuck.
There's no
Yeah, the
wall.
wall's
There's
down.
no-
This is gone. This is just I just can't remove that from the map because that's not something I can do at this moment.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the wall's down. It's just like smooth looking walkway.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of the ground.
Yeah. So yeah, Elwarin, your bird goes pop as you see a boulder just fly through the air and squish it as it
Yeah,
as the boulder impacts the bird disappears from sight, like into the ether. It doesn't like squish into the wall or get squished on the rock. It just magically
Poof.
disappears. Yeah, poof.
Yeah,
In a
and I'm
poof
pretty
of
sure-
metaphysical feathers, perhaps. Old timey
and I'm pretty
cartoons.
sure we all saw that boulder fly. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no way.
yeah. You guys all saw it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, should we take another chance at this, this dust cloud down here?
I think so. Sounds like a good plan. Honestly, anything can throw a 10-foot boulder, I'm not a fan of.
So, if I remember right, the last thing BigYin told us was that we should try walking through there in pairs.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there's 3 of us, but yeah.
Yes, we do have the goat. Not sure if that counts.
Good.
You know
But-
what? You 2 go through together. I'll go in with the goat. How about that?
That seems like a wild idea that he wouldn't go on the thing he's riding, but I
Yeah.
like where your head's at.
Well, the reason is we're not sure the goat has a soul,
Sure.
or that he'll count. And so Ulrich is trying to be the protector.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Fair enough.
Also, it is arguable that maybe Cromwell doesn't have a soul either, but
That's what I'm saying, right?
So maybe you and me should go through and with the goat.
I would love for this to be the way that Cromwell dies too.
All I know is Ulrich's going last.
Okay. So do you want to delay your turn till after Cromwell then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I will put that. I'll move that for right now, and then you can obviously pop back up in the future.
Well, I mean, that leaves me the option of either going by myself with the goat.
So you can like delay until Cromwell comes through, right? So you can like move yourself here and then delay the rest of your movement until you go through.
Oh no,
You can
so you
break
don't
up.
always have to listen to Ulrich. You'd be like, that's
Yeah,
stupid.
no,
I'll just go through.
Yeah. That's I think the approach I'm going to take here. I'm just
Okay.
gonna
Both
say,
go.
or just you take care of Cromwell. I'm gonna go through my goat.
Cool. All right, yeah. So you charge through with Hulk. As you approach, yep. Continue. So stop. So I'm gonna pull you back. Right. Yeah. Perfect. I appreciate that. What the fuck? 1 second. You disappeared from my screen.
Oh,
That's wild. All right. I need
He's
to
still there on
refresh.
mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's because I tried to select him as he moved. I just need to reload my roll 20.
Reload. There go all your character sheets that you had open.
It's not a huge deal. There's only 3 for what it's worth.
Oh, okay.
It's not too bad. Cool. All right, yeah. So you've rolled through. As you roll through, I'm gonna need you to delete Hulk. So as your body kind of runs through with Hulk, Hulk disappears midway through the mist. We'll say you don't fall off like flat on your face. We'll say it's gradual, where he kind of like lets you down before disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to make that wisdom saving throw for me, DC of 17. Feel free to use adversity tokens as needed.
I don't have any.
Well, you shouldn't hit so often, I guess. I feel like you missed on the last, like...
Doesn't
That
matter. Right?
sucks. Is that for the goat?
No, that's for him.
No.
You didn't miss at all in the last combats?
At least I didn't give my.
You didn't miss? What the fuck?
I may have, but
No, you
No.
didn't miss. I
He
just
didn't
rolled
attack.
through. He did attack.
Yeah. Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
He just didn't
Nice.
miss. This is... What the... Oh, no. I'm trying here, buddy. I'm looking. You didn't miss. Okay. Whew. All right. Elwar, I need you to roll a d6 for me. Oh, no. Okay. Elwarin, your body falls through as Hulk and is disappearing. You feel yourself kind of holding back in the mist as your body falls through, and you see nothing. You're just surrounded in black smoke, unable to move, unable to speak, unable to do anything.
Okay.
That is your turn. These guys are going to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's their turn. As they're roaring as they come upon you guys. Cromwell is going to look at you and say, "Captain, are you sure you want us to go together? Is that you waiting for me? Is that what's happening here?"
Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
Look at those goddamn things.
Yep. Nope.
What
just
the fuck?
wasn't sure if you wanted to fight them. They look like they could be fun, but that's okay.
I'm pretty sure they're not the ones that threw the boulder.
I didn't think about that, honestly. I thought it was just them. As he runs his way kind of down, and he will be making a wisdom saving throw now.
But he's supposed to go with me.
Okay, fine. He will wait out here then until your turn.
Supposed to
Okay,
go together.
we'll say you guys just move together at the
Yeah.
same time. Fuck it. We'll just say you guys, yeah. All right. Now, 3. I'm just going to move you guys together if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. You guys run through. Wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Fuck. It's a good run.
Hey!
Oh my god.
Okay, all right. Now it's up to this bad boy right here. He has proficiency in wisdom saving throws. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a chance. Okay. All right. All right.
Does he have any adversary tokens though?
Oh, I didn't check that. Fuck, you're right. I need to check that. Adversity tokens. He doesn't have
I
it
don't
on his
think so.
character sheet.
He was killing it last session.
He doesn't have it anywhere on his character sheet. I hate this person so much. He must have had it written down somewhere. I see nothing, so he gets nothing.
Fair enough.
That's on him if he had any. He may have had like 1 or 2. I don't think he had more than that. I'm trying here, guys. Yeah, nothing. I see nothing on here for his. I will have to ask him about that actually, because he needs to have that on his character sheet for me, so I can make sure he. Oh! I found him. Oh, this man has 8. 1 second. How does this man have 8? Give me a goddamn minute.
I feel like he misses quite a bit.
No, he has 0. There's adversity tokens when there's 0 in there. I thought it was an 8 because the screen is like a little bit further away for that. Okay, well I tried. Okay. So he runs through, and his soul also gets stuck kind of in the same ether as you, Elwarin. And you see his soul. And your soul and his seem to move past each other without you having an ability to change this. And you fall into his body, and he falls into yours.
Okay.
And then I get across the fog, and I see 2 unconscious people.
No. So this happens like simultaneously as you're running through.
Right.
So you
Basically.
see you see Elwarin getting up as you and Cromwell kind of get all the way through. So like the soul thing is happening like simultaneously as the 2 of you walk through. Cromwell's soul gets pulled out. Elwarin and him switch, and now Cromwell is in Elwarin's body, and Elwarin is now in Cromwell's body.
And
And
so is
is it-
Warren still unconscious?
Elwarin is now Elwarin's body. Elwarin's body is getting up, and he's like,
Oh my
how
god.
the fuck, Captain? And you see Elwarin's body turn towards you, Ulrich. He's like, I swear I ran in with you. What happened? And Elwarin, you're now looking down at you're in Cromwell's body.
Yeah, damn it. See, this is why you don't trust Garfield. This is why you don't trust the Garfield. Well, we gotta run.
Well, how is this Garfield's fault? I would like to ask you that question. I gave
Wait,
He's
Big
the one.
He
He's
did
the one that
say-
said to go through in
Nope.
2s.
What Garfield asks is, have you tried going in 2s? And BigYin immediately thought that was the solution.
Oh God.
I would like
Right.
to make that clear to everyone here. BigYin understands this. He gave you information he gave, but per
Yeah,
what
he
you
talked
guys
to
heard.
riddles. He talked to riddles.
Hang on. In the BigYin's defense, he just said we should try going through 2 at a time,
Yeah,
You-
he's-
which
you
means
didn't-
to
you
say it doesn't.
you-
It wasn't a solution. It was like, well,
Have you
he
tried?
wonders what happens when we come through at 2 at a time,
Yeah.
and if we'd
Well-
gone in at 2 at a time, it could have. If Lando and I had gone in together and I succeeded to save and he failed, it very well could have ended up with the result of
the same thing.
Ulrich of the same thing that we currently have.
Yeah.
It may be that because you 2 went in 2 at a time and you both failed, your
No.
souls switched
Or-
bodies.
Ulrich. I
So,
was in the-
all right. So it should be explained like this, right? This is all happening the same 6 seconds of time. Elwarin, you get there just a little bit before these guys run in behind you.
Yeah.
It's not like a large span of time. Like also like half a second, maybe 3/4 of a second have passed between them getting in there and you getting through. So it hasn't been that much time. That's why there's the confusion for both of you guys.
But I mean, we didn't go together through at the same time.
Roughly
I
the same
went
time.
first.
You went a little bit before them,
Yeah.
but they were like a second or so behind you, if that is what I'm saying. Like, because the way the turns work is it's all happening the same 6 seconds, and since you guys are both just straight running through, I'm saying it's happening at roughly the same time.
Well, that would also mean that BigYin and Lando roughly went through at the same time.
No, they went at different times specifically because Lando was
Oh.
curious what happened to BigYin, and he ran through after BigYin had gone through. It was specifically
I
stated.
wasn't curious what happened to him. I just wanted to run through.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I don't care about him.
fair. Yeah. Well, to me, it seemed
Any-
like he waited a little bit before BigYin, after
Yeah.
BigYin ran through before he did, just in game.
I was going
Anyway.
for chaos.
Yeah.
Regardless, we should continue moving, but our turns are over because we moved.
Yeah, so combat is effectively done. So I'm turning that off. As you guys see the black mist behind you disappear, and the wall go back up.
What in the goddamn hell? Well, I guess the switch does exist.
Close off this. Why won't it let me close it? What's happening? 1 second, sorry guys. Free. Oh, that's right. I was in freehand, not Polygon line. I'm so dumb. And scene. Okay, cool. What? That didn't do anything. This game is so bad, man. This tool is so awful. What? I'm very confused. Oh, okay. 1 second. I might just be dumb. 1 second. Perfect. All right, this is perfect. Yes. All right, this black wall has now disappeared, and you can see everything, and the rock wall has kind of formed back up. I'm gonna remove this because you guys can no longer see this. Cool. All right. Sorry. Continue what you guys are saying.
Can you, just before we continue, explain? So obviously I'm my own soul.
But you're in Cromwell's body. So you're consciously in Cromwell's body, right?
So I would have the abilities that Cromwell has?
Yes. So I'm going to share that character sheet with you right now.
Okay, cool.
And I will remove it if and when you guys
Yeah.
You
I
know,
just wanted to understand how
yeah. Ta-da, you have insight into Cromwell. And when you guys get switched back over, I will allow Cromwell to look at your character sheet also.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because I feel like that's only fair. But yeah, you can now move around Cromwell's body. Just check for me, make sure you can.
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't see anything happen, but I'm guessing it did.
Yeah, it will.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So that's what happened, and Cromwell's like, "Oh, am I in Elwarin's body?" And he immediately starts covering his face with his hands because he doesn't have a mask on anymore.
Yeah, sure would look that way. Well,
Fuck. Hey, Elwarin, how do you like my body?
I'm just still in shock, don't know what's going on. So it's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
And I touch my face and just feel a mask.
Yes, you feel a mask, but you do feel a way for you to go underneath the mask and touch the actual face if that's something you want to do.
I would like to do that, yes.
I've been waiting for this moment for so long.
Oh no.
Oh baby, give me a second. I need to read.
Are you putting the mask on?
No.
I'm just realizing that I'm different and I'm trying to touch my face. So I'm reaching underneath the mask.
Yeah, so what you feel as you kind of you put your fingers underneath the mask, as you start to move up, you see your body reach out and grab your hand, and he's like, no. But as you start to try to flex your fingers to feel what face is there, you feel kind of like a wispiness. It feels like you're moving your hand through steam or kind of something else. It doesn't feel like it's solid right underneath your fingers from what you can feel right now. As you start to flex and clench into a fist, about an inch through that kind of mist, you finally feel what you think is flesh of some sort. And
okay.
Cromwell in your body says, "Please, I beg you, please. Please
No,
don't."
just remove my hand without saying anything.
Yeah. And then he just stops talking altogether, as he's now in shock, understanding that you could, if you wanted to, see what his face is.
All right. Well, now we're in an impasse. I don't know what's going on with that, but here's the thing. Should we stay here? Wait for the others? Are you guys gonna want to switch your souls? I don't know what's going on. Y'all happy or not happy? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Elwarin's body gives a big thumbs down.
All right. Look over at Cromwell's body.
Just a head shake.
All right. Well, I'm not promising. Well, I guess we should all head on up to Garfield. See what kind of damage a bear carrying a giant dwarf will do.
Okay. So when this happens, BigYin, unfortunately for you guys, the ring is still on Elwarin's finger.
Yeah, I know it's still on Elwarin's finger, but
Yes.
I don't know that, so
Yes,
I'm
I understand.
chatting.
Yes, I understand. So I'm explaining what's about to happen to you real quick, okay?
Okay.
So as you try to reach through to him, you feel a ping. Like it's blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And as you continue trying to ping him, it just keeps pinging. So nothing's getting through for some reason. Which is a cause of concern because this has never happened before. Except when, this has never happened to you before.
Okay. Just a point of contention. Well, not contention, just a point of order on my own thinking.
Mhm.
If the ring is on his finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's genetically coded to. It's not like it's coded to his brain. It's coded to the body. The body is therefore
Nope.
connected to the brain.
Is it though?
Well, this is the way I would understand how it works.
Sure.
The animus, the soul, if it is indeed capable of transience, then technically, whatever other animus is then put into the other body would then have full access to the object.
So
The
think about
object,
this.
it's just like picking up a phone.
So let me ask you this, right? If you were to swap into, we'll say, Ulrich's body in real life, would you then gain his memories and experiences, or would you keep your own?
No, I'd have my own.
Okay, so then that answers your question, right? Cromwell doesn't have the experience or understanding of how to access this talisman.
Oh.
Right? Like you guys went through a bit of
Okay.
like a walkthrough from Elwarin's parents
got
on how to access it. But he has no idea that it exists.
Understood.
Right? He never even saw you guys get it. He wasn't there for when you guys got like kind of incorporated into the Emerald Enclave. Like he knows you guys did, but he doesn't know like if you got anything or anything like that happened, right? So he would have no idea that he should be trying to connect to this piece of material, right? So that's where my concept for this came from. Where like if you guys swap bodies, if it happened to you or if it happened to Elwarin, the person that was in your body wouldn't have access to the Emerald Enclave network because they don't know to try to tap into that.
Understood.
Cool. Any other questions? Because this is a wild thing that's just happened to the two of you guys. Three of you, arguably. If one of us was here. Before we kind of move forward with the story.
We may move forward.
Okay. All right. Elwarin, Ulrich, and me as Cromwell, of course. What are you guys looking to do? Cromwell's still not talking. Just you guys
to see Garfield because they're not happy with their new bodies.
Yeah. So Ulrich and Elwarin, for the first time ever, you guys can see facial reactions on what you guys now understand is like Cromwell. And this face of shock is like a horror scene on Elwarin's face. Like the muscles are moving in like weird kind of erections and ways. But you can tell like he's not happy with what's happening. And as you guys kind of look to him, do you react at all? As you kind of see this kind of weird contortion on Elwarin, what you see is your face. And Ulrich, you guys see something very weird on Elwarin's face happening right now.
I mean, I'm just as shocked as that face that I'm seeing, most likely, because I'm also seeing myself outside of my body, which is strange. And I just experienced what is behind this mask that I'm wearing. So, yeah, I'm just dead silent, shocked.
Ulrich doesn't care because he's got people to take care of, and no one's doing anything. So
yeah, but as it sees you guys kind of look and turn to him, he does his best to kind of like revert his face back to like a stoic, like nonchalant look. It takes a second, but he eventually gets there as you guys are walking out. So we'll say you guys walk out down to the entrance and walk out. From here, we shall move over to the fun-filled map that is the Red Larch. Cool. So as we all recall, we're coming out of this space right here. BigYin, as you kind of walk out as this giant bear,
Yep.
Ulrich slumped over your back as you kind of walk back over
Lando.
through him. Lando, sorry,
Not
Lando.
Ulrich.
Yeah, sorry, Lando launched onto your back, just kind of slung over, fireman style, if you were like on your
Yeah.
humanoid form, but just kind of over your back, kind of slumped over. You see a few townsfolk kind of look at you funny, and very shocked as you kind of exit out of Valivoe's shop, and they start like kind of talking to themselves as they run to the north. Look, they seem to be looking for someone. Do you have a reaction for this?
I just kind of look at them and kind of dip my head in a nod, and I just keep walking across the street towards Garfield's house.
As you do that, they scream and run faster.
Good.
Yeah, so you kind of plod your way to Garfield's house. Are you gonna ping him before you get there? Or are you just gonna show up as the bear? Or
No,
are you
I told him I was coming. I told him I was a bear,
Okay, all right,
and
cool.
I'm like, and I'll just ping him again when I get to his door, and I'm like, I'm outside your door as a bear. Let me in before the town freaks out. A few people have already seen me.
Oh, this will be quite enjoyable. As you approach the door as the bear, the door enlarges to be roughly 10 feet wide by 15 feet tall. And it swings open as you approach, as Garfield's waiting happily outside. Or inside. Yeah, Garfield easily lifts Lando up and carries him inside and places his body down into here. I guess we'll move this to.
I shift again and was like, man, oh good
Sorry.
lord, that man is heavy.
Go to this one.
I'm gonna just me as like a little Casper. I'm gonna just try to yell in his ear that I'm not heavy. I am just chunky.
Excellent. We'll go here.
Which one do I have to roll again? Performance.
Yeah. You're there. Oh, I need to get a token for Garfield.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
nothing.
my rolling is not going well today.
It's okay. These things happen, man. It's sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. Just kind of how it goes, right?
I'm better than this. I know this.
I am too, but I have bad rolls as well.
Mm.
Sometimes, not all the time, just sometimes.
Mm.
I'm trying to find a good picture for Garfield. Sorry, guys. Here, I like this one. This one's great. That's what Garfield looks like in my head now.
Is he a gnome?
No,
It's like
he's a human.
Popeye.
Right? That's
he has a thumb for a head.
That's who you guys have been hanging out with and talking to. That's the current form he's taking. Elwarin, sorry, not Elwarin. BigYin is there. I'm gonna put your body there.
Oh, I'm back in my normal form at this point. I'm not a bear anymore.
Okay, cool.
Though, if you... Oh, good, you added the brown bear to my wild shape stuff. That's fun.
He's there. That's Garfield right there. I'm just going to toss your guys' tokens on here too, but you guys are going to be coming in a little bit later. You're not there quite yet. Just for reference.
Cool.
I'll let you guys know when you guys are there, just so we don't have to do this whole thing again. All right, cool. Excellent. Everybody's here. I'll let you, like I said, give me 3 minutes of RP, 3 or 4 minutes of RP with him, and then you guys will be there because you guys booked it pretty quickly after they
That's
left.
fine.
Dope. So, yeah, Garfield is like, oh, Lando, your soul. If only you were inside your body now. As he starts to take notes, he's like, now, BigYin, explain exactly what happened to me in detail, please.
Right. Well, so, how much of the story do you want? Do you want all of it, or do you just want the bit where we went through a mist and I was fine, and his body, and he came through without his soul in his body?
Could you explain this mist and how it occurred? And where it occurred?
Right, very well. So in the base, so we went, a very short preamble up to this was that we found a demon, as I told you, in the basement of Lando's Valivoe shop. apparently we killed the demon after interrogating it, and
Okay.
then we
Yeah,
went
we
down to explore.
Yeah, we did, baby.
You say as a wisp, just shouting at the top of your lungs. Roll another performance check.
Okay. One of these fucking times, I'm gonna get this.
I believe in you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So upon hearing that, you guys hear a slight pop, and it goes, "Yeah, no, we did," in a higher pitched voice than Lando's typical voice. And as that happens, Garfield's like, "Oh, his soul is still around. How useful! He didn't break his tether. That's always quite tricky with these." Continue.
I'm surprised the man didn't. Anyways, so we go down there and we find a door, a summoning circle, and 2 gargoyles and a stone wall. Suffice it to say, we couldn't get past the gargoyles because we did not know the answer to the question of whom we served. We defeated the gargoyles, but once we started the fight, a black mist formed behind us. It seemed
Ooh.
solid at the time of the fight. After we defeated the gargoyles, it didn't seem as firm. I was a large lizard at the time, so I backed up, stuck my tail through. Nothing happened. I ran through as as the lizard, and well, I felt a wee bit of a almost like claws running across my mind, but it couldn't gain purchase. And so as I was relaying all this to Elwarin, because I wasn't sure if they could hear me on the other side of the wall. Lando comes running through, and he falls over. I can see the man's breathing, but there's no one home.
Hmm. Interesting. This is just a simple soul transference spell. Ooh.
Simple salt. Did
So-
you? I am completely flabbergasted.
And so
Did
as
you
you're
say
kind of
soul transfer spell?
yes, and as you're like kind of stumbling over, it's like, did he run in after you then, not with you?
I told you the first time he ran in after me.
Ooh, okay, that explains it. Interesting. And you didn't see anybody run through together then, huh?
I did pass on word that it might be worth going through as a pair.
Ooh.
But none of us tried it. Instead, from what I understand, Ulrich and Cromwell were going to try and get through, get the wall, the stone wall, to come down and explore beyond. And
Cool.
Elwarin stayed with them.
Yeah, so around this point in time, Cromwell, Ulrich, and Elwarin walk in, and the door has reverted back to its regular size. It's just a 7 foot by like 4.5, 5 feet door.
Ulrich does not go inside.
Okay. Elwarin, Cromwell, are you guys trying to knock on the door? Because they don't know you're coming.
He would have like walked up and knocked.
Oh,
and,
okay,
like,
cool.
Waited for the door, but he's not going in.
Sure, got it. So you knock, and Garfield goes, "Oh, looks like your friends are here. This will be quite fun." As he strolls over, opens the door, he sees Cromwell, Elwarin, and Ulrich outside. He's like, "Oh yes, come in. We're about to do soul therapy."
Do I notice anything different between Elwarin and Cromwell?
Yeah. Elwarin is a lot more stoic than normal when he's entering. Like, you can tell he's doing his best to kind of hold in all emotion and not show anything on his face, which is atypical of Elwarin. And Cromwell's body is moving kind of the same, but a little bit more awkwardly as he kind of walks through.
I point my finger at both, like just doing the oh no.
And then Garfield says, "Oh yes, their souls have been swapped. Oh, this will be quite fun. All three of you come in.
Where's the other one? Where's Ulrich?
He sees Ulrich is behind the two of them. He's like, "Come in, all three of you. Come in."
I point at Ulrich. It wasn't my fault.
Well, I don't care whose fault it is. Y'all got to figure that one out.
Yeah, and I just walk in.
Yeah.
And say, "Please fix this, please."
Garfield's like, "Ooh, we have to fix 3 souls, but there's always a price." You guys know this, don't you? And as you two walk in, Garfield looks at you. He's like, Ulrich, last chance. I will have to close the door here.
You do what you gotta do.
And he closes the door, and you're just kind of outside now, hanging out.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. All right. Yeah, feel free to mute. I'll let you know when you're coming back in. Cool. All right. So here, I'll just draw a quick little box, and we'll see that's the house. That is the house right now. Yeah, I know. I can tell. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, so Garfield's like, oh yes, Ulrich Cromwell, Elwarin, come in. I need you to sit around Lando's body now, if you could.
Wait, what?
Your body has been plopped down here. Your soul's anywhere within 10 feet of here, as you desire.
Okay.
But he's just talking about your body, because he has no idea where your spirit is right now.
Yeah.
And he gets to work. He starts drawing a large circle and starts drawing a lot of runes on the ground and tries to get a bunch of things together. He's like, okay, now before I do this spell, this will be 100 gold pieces each.
Fine.
I didn't have that.
Well, I'm sure Lando, the boy, has it. Otherwise, you two will have to figure it out now, won't you? Or I'll just take his soul out again.
I don't like Garfield.
He's like, or if money isn't something you're interested in, maybe a deal? A different kind of deal?
Well, I reckon if you want to make a deal with them for their services, you may have to put their souls in to discuss it with them. Unless you have a way of talking with their souls beforehand.
Well, I'm talking to Cromwell and Elwarin right now. Their souls are able to speak, huh?
It's a fair point.
And as he says this, he starts making a small clay golem.
Frank.
Nope, different one. It's a small round. It's literally a sphere with a mouth and 2 eyes on it. Is what he's put.
Terrifying.
And he starts to concentrate, and he starts to speak in like a mumbled sense, and he pulls your soul from wherever it is right now and plops it into this little sphere with 2 eyes and a nose.
Me?
Yes, your soul's now in the sphere with 2 eyes and a nose.
I'm literally fucking Pac-Man.
Pretty much, yeah, but literally 4 or 5 inches in circumference. Sorry, in circumference, in radius.
8 inches in diameter.
8 inches diameter, yes. But you are a small ball with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. So you're able to use this mouth to speak.
That's terrifying.
And you can hear also he put ears in. Just all your senses are back, but you can't move yourself or feel anything.
And just to clarify, I assume you said it's 100 gold each. Over a set. Yes.
Okay, we got a yes from Cromwell's body, who I believe is Elwarin. Cromwell and Elwarin's body, he's like, fine. Because I don't know if I want to do a deal with you aside. That's not money based. And he's like, and you, Lando, do you have 100 gold pieces to spare to get your body back, huh?
What kind of other deal would we be able to make?
Oh, let us think.
Do you want some of my blood? I'll give you some of my blood.
How about this?
Do you want other things? I could probably get you other things.
What I want you to do is I want you to find your contact with the snail that's in town right now, and you bring him to me as soon as I'm done here. And then I will have a talk with the snail.
I'll give you 100 gold.
Okay. Well, that settles it. So I'm gonna remove the 100 gold from your guys' character sheets right now.
Because you think we wouldn't do it?
No, just because people forget things sometimes, and that's okay. And I have the ability to do it.
He thinks we wouldn't do it.
No, I just think you guys might forget, which is fine.
No.
But
I was gonna forget to take it away from Cromwell.
right, yeah. Cool. So you remove that from Cromwell's character sheet. I will remove it from your character sheet as Cromwell. Yeah, I think that's only fair. That's only fair, I think. Right, because you guys are in each other's bodies. I think it's only fair.
Yeah. I pull it
Excellent.
out of the pockets, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so 300 gold gets kind of amassed as Garfield kind of like searches your body and he kind of asks you like where your money is so he can like pull out the 100 gold pieces.
Couldn't he just, put me back and then I can fucking, give him the money?
It's definitely a payment first, then spell provided service that he's running.
Yeah, I don't like Garfield anymore.
That's okay.
Just let him search. Just let him search through your fat road for a bit for the money.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna take him years for that.
Join Ulrich's side.
I actually don't even keep my money in my fat rolls. That's how hidden it is.
Where is it?
Yeah, don't tell him. Just let him search for it a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You said you wanted to find. You said you wanted to find it. No. I'm not. I'm doing this spell for payment first spell kind of place.
Okay, that's fine. And then he moves your body effortlessly out of the circle that he made. And he's like, all right, we'll do with these two first. And he starts to chant. You see the blue, red, and purple kind of flowing into his body and swirling around. And after about a minute of him chanting and sweating, you are back into your body as your soul gets kind of pulled out from Cromwell's and Cromwell's from yours. And you guys start to do kind of like a circle around each other as you guys are flying around. And then as the chant starts to slow, you guys stop above each other's bodies and you get just slowly glided down into your body. And you're back as Elwarin in Elwarin's body. So I'm going to remove your ability to see his character sheet.
Fair. I appreciate it, Garfield. I think I need to catch some fresh air.
You know, that is a great decision. You might have a few side effects if you don't mind me letting you know about that. There's nausea. That's usually just about it. It's just nausea from the spinning. And I do apologize, as you need to make a Constitution saving throw to prevent yourself from throwing up, like feeling like you need to throw up.
All right, let me just get my character sheet back.
Constitution saving throw for this man. The DC of 12. It's not very high. Cool. Yeah. So Cromwell saves. He's fine, but he just kind of grunts as he's back in his body. Ooh, yeah. So you feel a overwhelming sensation that you need to throw up, like well up from within your stomach, as your kind of soul kind of settles back in, and you rush out the door and meet up with Ulrich outside.
Yeah.
Put you right there, so you're out of the house.
Perfect.
Did you leave the door open, I guess, as you ran out, or did you like slam it behind you or close it?
I close it behind me.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah. Cromwell's like, this is right. And he kind of starts to feel his face. He's like, yes, this is right. And Garfield's like, well, Lando, would you like to give me the gold now? Or no, he didn't find it.
I know, but you already did take it.
Yeah, here, I'll give it back to you. Sorry, let me give it back to you. I apologize.
Let's do the thing.
Okay.
Well, now I don't want it.
Sorry, I thought it was gonna be like an easy thing with you too. I apologize. And so your little like stone, your little like pebble, like circle your body says, yeah, fine. And you kind of tell him where it is. He gets it. He moves you easily back into the circle. Does the chant after about a minute again. Your soul is back into your body after doing that same kind of swirling thing and kind of drifts back in. Oh, he has to put the clay ball in that circle too. Sorry. Your dog, Frank, has been patiently waiting for you, chilling over here.
Fuck yeah. Oh. Never mind.
You want to go inside of Frank instead? We can retcon this. I have no problem with you playing Frank from now on. You'll just be at the same stat line as Frank.
That's dumb. That's a useless dog. I was gonna say, like, what can we do to up this dog, but
you can ask him.
I have to get him a soul.
Perhaps. You can ask him.
No.
Okay. Garfield's like, pleasure doing business with you guys, but since you did pay the 100 gold pieces, I feel like I can give you some information. Information? Do you guys want some? He's asking Lando, BigYin, and Cromwell.
Sure.
BigYin, are you here? Are you listening?
I'm just stunned by this whole thing. I didn't know such magic existed.
If it makes you feel any better, there are no more demons in town.
Oh, that's good to know.
At least not on this level. I think you ran into some underground, no?
Well,
And
there
Cromwell
was the
says,
one.
yes, we did.
Right, then we know where the third demon is, and now
He's
we
like,
have to
no,
go.
there were two. They weren't small and red with tails, though.
Then what was? Then why did you come hoofing it out of here so quickly? What did you run into down there?
I'll let Ulrich and Elwarin kind of fill you in on what happened. And Garfield's like, ha. Well, I'm glad you guys now know that there's no more demons in town, at least.
Right. Well, I guess we didn't have a reason to continue to be here.
Okay, well,
Um,
as always, I'm
and-
here if you need me.
Much appreciated. And I'm sorry, guys. I was actually talking the entire time. My headset like kicked out on me before I realized it.
No worries.
What did I miss before I responded? Because I had to turn the headset back on.
Where did you cut out? Maybe is the better question.
Got our bodies back. That was about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I cut out right when after a mention of basically Elwarin running outside and puking.
Oh yeah, so then Lando just got back into his body. Is pretty much what happened. He was
Okay,
going to ask.
cool.
He thought about asking Garfield if he could add anything to Frank to give him more powers, but decided against it. And then Garfield asked,
good.
He let you guys know that there's some information that he'll give you along with that 100 gold he got from the three of you guys each, and that information is there's no demons in the town, at least on this level. And he says there were some obviously below.
Okay. So, I guess I guess my question is, he says below, so then I have to wait to hear from Elwarin and Ulrich what they found below.
Yeah, Cromwell's still kind of shaken up a little bit by somebody else being in his body. He's like, yeah, you'll have to talk to both of them. I'm not in the right state of mind to explain.
Good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything else.
Yeah, no,
okay. I think I need to replace this headset.
Perhaps. Cool. All right, so are you guys heading out of Garfield's shop?
Sounds good.
Cool. And Lando, as you're starting to walk away, Garfield's like, "Oh, Lando, my boy, would you mind coming here real quick?" Lando.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mouse.
Cool. He's like, "I have a little secret for you. Come here, come here." And he whispers into you, "If you find any more demons, feel free to bring them back. I will give you 5 gold pieces for each demon you bring me." And
5?
And he's like, and I will buff Frank, your dog, as part of that demon collecting fee.
Make it 50 gold pieces.
He sits there, he's like,
We just gave you 100 to,
how
deal with
about
some of these demons are kind of dangerous.
how about
I'm
a
gonna be
sliding
risking my life.
scale? Okay, the stronger the demon, the closer to 100 gold pieces. The weaker the demon, we'll bottom it out at how about 25, huh?
All right.
Well, bottom is 5. What you guys
No.
should be fighting will probably be closer to 50.
No, wait. You just changed the deal.
Yes, he's like, sorry, it took me a second because I realized there are like imps that you could bring me that technically count as demons, and those are worth honestly nothing. It wouldn't help me bring any power to your dog. The things that would bring power to your dog would be of 25 gold pieces and higher of value.
Okay.
So if you'd like me to bring me imps, I will do what I will with them and give you 5, but if you are looking to increase Frank's abilities,
Are you gonna turn them into wimps?
maybe. That's for me to know and for you never to find out, hopefully.
Fair enough.
And he's like, so yeah,
okay.
if you find some good tasty looking demons like that last one, I
Tasty.
can, like the one you beat, you killed, that one. If you find more like that, I might be able to increase your friend's
what- I did
abilities.
that one for a bet.
Well, I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, not really.
Hmm,
I
well,
don't really know this Cromwell guy all that well.
you,
Anyways,
you know, you've been traveling him for a while, so I would disagree with you a little bit. But hey, that's okay.
yeah. All right.
All right, cool. You guys head out of the shop, and you guys are back on the map. Cool. So you guys are all hanging out outside of Garfield's shop at this point. Or Elwarin, you feel a little bit better now after like 30 seconds of just like kind of dry heaving. Nothing actually comes out. You're just like dry heaving because there's nothing to like throw up at this point.
And it went from like me holding my hand in front of my mouth not to throw up, and then realizing I have a face again. So I'm kind of slowly like, oh thank God.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love that realization. That was great. Yeah. So you're like heaving on the side, Ulrich, because you see like Elwarin kind of run through the door and close it. He's just like holding the side of the house. He's like dry heaving, nothing coming out. After about 10 seconds, he feels a little bit better as he starts to like kind of stop.
Well, that went well. Elwarin?
Well, what exactly did you run into down there? Oh, Jesus!
This
Christ,
happens
I
like
stepped all over that line.
Yeah, that happens. Like give it like 30 seconds of them talking, and then you guys will be.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to step on that line.
No worries.
Apologies.
That's what the editing is for, man. It's the magic of editing.
Yeah. It did cost us some gold, but
well, there's worse things.
Yeah, at least we didn't have to make any other deal. And even though I did feel very nauseous, I'm very happy to be back in my body.
Well, good to have you back. Y'all were acting real weird.
Trust me, you would be acting weird too if you experienced what I just experienced.
Some could argue we're all acting weird all the time, but that's more of a.
But I've now seen things.
You felt things.
Or felt things. Or not seen things. Or not felt things. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Having them still in there is really worrying me.
And at this point, that's when the three of them kind of walk out. Or sorry, there's a minute in between. I apologize. Continue to argue for a little bit more. I apologize. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. I think Lando was a little hesitant to give him the money, so he only fixed me and Crumble. So I don't know what they're still doing in there.
Hard to say. Hard to say. Let's hope everyone comes out, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Then you guys wait the extra like 30-ish seconds for the rest of the crew to kind of stumble out.
Let's go, Kraken. Sorry.
Is that Frank's new name, Kraken? I love it.
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Frank's name is Frank.
God,
Unless he evolves into a Kraken,
maybe
then he can be called Kraken.
Listen, possibilities are endless with demons.
Yeah.
But only you know this. Nobody else in the group knows that like this deal you've made with Garfield, unless you told them.
Cool. Well, I mean, they all know, but they don't know.
Yeah. Table talk wise, they know, but character wise, they do not.
So I guess what's the point when you said that there was no demons left in town to then tell me if you find any demons, bring them to me?
There are demons out in the world, like people summon them. It's like a thing that happens.
But how am I supposed to, we only have a bag that they can last 10 minutes in. How am I supposed to bring you a demon?
What did you say? In life?
No, he's asking me, I think, like as a table talk question. Garfield doesn't care. Just bring it to him alive. It could be like on the verge of death for all he cares about. He didn't seem he doesn't seem to care how it's brought to him. You could send it to him via like a transportation spell or a teleportation spell, but you'd have to find someone that could do that for you, sort of thing.
Okay.
Like there are ways to get it to him that you're not quite sure of, like how exactly it would work, like fundamentally. But you're like, there's ways I could get to Garfield if I needed to. Like maybe he can summon me or something like that. Like you've seen people get teleported places and you were teleported places, so you're sure that it's possible.
How should I give him some of my blood so that we can then communicate? To start this little demon trade.
You want to head back inside and ask him about that?
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Garfield's like, oh, you want to have an earring like BigYin, huh?
Wait, didn't he get something for this too?
I mean,
Or like it was a deal.
Do you remember?
I feel like he did.
Well, you can ask and find out.
Well, I mean, if I'm just giving him my blood, I mean, I guess like I'm only doing this to make our business agreement, better. So
Yeah.
what do I get on the end of it?
He's
you
like,
know?
how about this? How about this? I won't charge you any cost for materials. Instead, I will just take your blood right now, and I will have this fashioned for you in a few hours, huh? Because I now know how to do it. I don't have to be experimenting anymore.
Sure.
Excellent.
Let's go for it.
Excellent, excellent. I will contact you via BigYin in the next hour or so, huh?
Okay.
Excellent. So he pricks your finger, puts it into a vial, and he sends you off on your way after magically resealing your finger.
Neat. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you head back outside. The group. What you guys see is Lando walk out the door, have a like light bulb moment, which is rare for Lando, and like a questioning thought, and then you see him turn right back around and walk through that door, and he's gone for roughly another minute.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Yeah, we'll just say you guys are just kind of hanging out, chit chatting
Wait,
about.
sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
So it's an earring.
It could be whatever you want. He just made an earring.
I don't want people to be able to see it. It's my thing.
Okay. Do you want like an amulet instead, like a pendant that you can wear? But the issue is you don't wear clothes, right? So where are you gonna hide this thing?
Don't I already have one? I already have one. I already have an amulet.
You could have two.
The drunkard one.
Yeah, you could have two. I'm just saying you have no clothes.
Let's just have it be a ring. I like a ring.
Okay, that's fine. He will make a ring for you.
Subtle.
Yeah, he'll make a ring for you. Then that's fine.
Cool.
The amulet, like whatever that talisman takes shape, it doesn't really matter as much to me. He made the earring for BigYin because that's what his original thought was. But he's like, you ask him like, can you do something else? And he's like, oh yeah, easily.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, you guys are outside now. You see Lando walking in, looking. I don't know. Do you feel smug that you've made this good deal in your head, or do you think this is a good deal?
Well, I mean, I feel like the last time we did the whole blood thing, like we were doing that because we got something, and I don't think I really got anything. But you know what? Whatever.
Fair.
I'll deal with it.
Fair. But I'm saying, so now do you feel anything at all after like getting a deal out of this, like giving your blood for a deal?
No.
Okay.
I don't feel anything.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, you just see Lando. You guys just see Lando walk back in.
I haven't felt anything in years. That's why I drink so much.
I thought that was the Ulrich character trait, but I like where we're going with this. Cool. All right. So yeah. So you guys are all outside.
Rubbing off.
Character growth and development by becoming more like Ulrich.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. All right. Yeah. So you guys are all outside Garfield's door. What would you guys like to do?
Right, well, shall we go back to the swinging sword, as we didn't have the tree anymore? And, how about we talk about what happened?
Well, now I was kind of hoping we go back down there. Now we got the whole crew together.
Why don't we rest?
I would point out that I'm rather hampered. Can I change shape? I have almost no magic left. I have no. I'm a wee bit hampered.
All right, fair enough.
If you want to go back, we can go back.
Well, someone's got to at least go back and lock it up. We need to see if those things break out. I don't know if they know how to work locks.
Yeah, so like I said, you guys saw the stone wall come back up after you guys ran through.
Yeah, which implies that they can bring it down.
Perhaps, yeah. I'm just letting you know that you did see that.
Instead, we could go back to if you're that concerned about the shop, we could just go back into Valivoe's shop and rest in the shop.
There's an idea.
They come up and then we're just asleep and they fucking kill us
at
night?
You guys can take shifts. Yeah, you guys take shifts, right?
We do what we normally do.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's still fairly reasonable. Go lock the place up, take a rest. If they do break out, there'll be a big hole in the wall, and we go, hey, I think they broke out.
We can also
entirely up to you, laddie. You're the tactical genius.
We can also try to close that trapdoor that Lando came into. Like, if we find a way to close that, that might keep them from breaking in unless they use.
I think it's just a switch.
Now, table talk. I'm trying to give a reasonable excuse for Lando to go back on his own.
What?
He's trying to give you a chance to steal shit.
Yes! Let's go do that!
No,
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 not
just
us.
you. Just
not
you.
us.
Now, the issue here, Lando, is you have no pockets.
Well, whatever.
That's
There's,
fine.
Fucking put it in my
there's
hand.
That's
an
fine.
ethical reason for the group to not go with you.
Yeah. All I'm saying is you have no pockets, so if you're putting any of these stolen things, it's going to be in your fat rolls, is all I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, that's where literally everything I own is in. So I have a backpack. At least
Oh.
it says I
Yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah.
backpack.
You have a backpack. Yes, that's fine. Yes. So you can put things in your backpack, but you don't have pockets that you could just like pocket something, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of people like when they see something like, yeah, I pocket that. You don't have that option. You have the I put it in my backpack or I put it in my fat roll.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just making sure
There's
we're all
not gonna
clear.
be anybody in the store, so it's not like I'm like gonna look around. I'm just gonna take shit.
Cool, cool. I'm just making sure we're all clear on how
Yeah.
this mechanic
Yeah,
is
yeah.
working. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So that's what I was going for, by the way.
I
We would
still-
just all go to Swinging Sword. Lando would peel off and in
I'll go lock up
quotes,
the shop.
lock up the shop. Yes.
Yeah, because I think I was the one that took the key.
Yes.
Right.
So I think I still have the key. I would assume I do.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to rest. So that's the priority in my mind right now. So that sounds good to me.
Okay.
Okay.
The three of us are going to go to the Swinging Sword. Or four of us, I guess. Ulrich.
I'll see you guys there soon.
Cool. All right. So we'll just say the four of you guys walk in a swinging sword, go into your respective rooms, and are you guys just going to just sleep now, take a nap, a short rest? What's the game plan?
Well,
I'll just take a short rest at the bar.
I
Okay.
kind of want to talk to Ulrich and figure out what happened before I go take a long rest.
Okay. So you guys are hanging out by the bar then? The four of you
Initially,
guys will
just
hang
to have
out.
a conversation.
Sure. We'll get to you guys after we do Lando's things. I feel like Lando's things can be a lot more exciting. I apologize
And
if that seems rude.
just to clarify, I went to my room.
Yeah, that's fine. So Lando. Got it. So Elwarin, you are in your room. Ulrich, I'll say Cromwell. Cromwell actually does probably go to his room at this point also. He's a little still shaken up just like Elwarin is. The both of them go to their rooms. Ulrich and BigYin hanging out by the bar. Lando, are you heading straight to Valivoe shop now?
Why did I go to Sure. Why did I go to Okay, yeah.
No,
Yes.
you didn't go with the group to the Swinging Sword. They're letting you know. Ulrich was like, "Hey, Lando, you probably should lock everything up and close everything up, and then we'll come back later." Is what he says.
Yeah,
to you.
hits me with a little wink wink.
Yep,
I get
yep.
it.
No, not
No,
that
probably no
obvious.
winks. Yeah, there's probably no winks. He just kind of looks at you, and he expects you to get
Okay.
it.
Cool.
So yeah, so you have the magical items at Valivoe shop available
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's a variety of scrolls, and just miscellaneous goods. So like, if you say something that you're interested in getting,
Is there any weapons?
yeah, they're just like regular swords. There's no like magical weapons in the shop. Like if you just want to grab like extra regular swords and just add weight to yourself that you're not going to use, feel free. But they're just like regular swords. Like he seems to have one sword, one short sword, one rapier, and a longbow in his shop. That's all he's got.
And none of them are magical?
No, none of them are magical. They
Okay,
seem to
well,
be like used by him.
I'm gonna do a investigation.
I mean,
see
you
if I can-
you don't need to roll anything. You're going to be spending it. I'm guessing you're spending as much time as you need to find what you're looking for in general, right?
Where's the money?
Got it. You're looking for the money. Cool.
Well, just for now.
Are you looking for the money that you guys just paid for maybe 4 hours ago at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you're searching for the
I'm not gonna rob the guy of
Sure.
things that he didn't know about.
Yeah, sure. So you're looking for either your paperwork that says, the 1,000 gold payable via the snail, or the other like 3,000 gold or however much money you guys spent via Cromwell, and it's nowhere in the store. Like you spend 20 minutes, we'll say. Like you spend as much time as you possibly could scouring it, and it is gone. Vanished, kapoof.
I don't know of anything that I would think of that's relevant for me to actually take, other than I was thinking weapons, but that's not a thing. So that's
Yeah, so you have that magic item shop stuff. So if you want to open that up, you can look and see what those items are. Here, I guess I
those
can.
are the items that are still there.
Yeah, those items are still there. I mean, why would they have disappeared? I guess yeah. So all those magical items are still there, and like I said, generic regular items you could buy at a regular general store is also at this place. But the magical stuff is all in that list.
Were those the handouts?
No, it's in
No, they
your
were
Google
in like a
Drive,
Google
the
Doc.
Google Docs. Here, I'll pull this onto my screen, and I will see if I can like share my screen in. I can't. Okay, all right.
I'm just scrolling up to see if I can find it. Nope, found it.
Cool.
9/27. Oh god, that was only a month ago.
Hasn't been that long. You guys, like I said, you guys have
Not
literally
even.
been in this town for like a month and done.
Yeah.
That was 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Arguably.
Oh, the robe of useful items. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Oh, so the bag of devouring is still here, and
Yes,
the
it is.
portable hole, and the
Mhm.
gauntlets. Oh, actually, I want the gauntlets of ogre power. Oh, that's so baller.
Okay. Got it. So you're stealing that? Or are you stealing anything
And-
else?
Well, wait, can I just take everything?
If that is what you so desire, you could.
I don't want to be that guy, but
If that's what you want to do, you could.
table talk. Does anybody want any of these things?
There
Do
will
they-
most likely be consequences to your actions, so keep that in mind.
There are always consequences to your actions, guys. We've talked about
Right.
this.
Okay, I'm just gonna take the gauntlets. That's it.
Okay. You're taking the 5,000 gold piece worth of gauntlets of ogre power. Cool. I will add that to your
Wait.
character sheet right now.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Am I able to disguise these in some way? Are they like pretty obvious? Do they look like fucking Hulk gloves or something on my hands?
Remember,
Yeah,
Keith,
hey.
you don't have any fucking pockets, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be walking out with these.
No,
things
he has a
in your-
backpack.
I
He's
have
a
a
backpack.
backpack. Yeah, I have a place
Yeah.
to put it. That's not what I'm worried
Yeah,
about.
let me,
Oh, that's right. Okay.
yeah, let me think about how these look. I think you have to attune to these. I can't remember. Let me look it up real quick. Gauntlets.
I guess is 16 strength and 19 strength that much of a difference?
It's a increase of 1.
What?
Like you get a plus
So-
1 bonus.
Yeah, because you get modifiers. You get modifier bonuses of every 2 levels. So if you have a 16 strength now, and it adds 3 strength, it goes up to 19, which means your modifier will be at an 18 of plus 4.
Mhm.
Which means you only need to invest 1 if you continue to wear those gauntlets as they are an attuned item.
No, they're
I
not.
think
They're not attuned.
they're not an attuned item, so you can continually wear them and only need to invest 1 more point in strength for you to max out your strength, and then you could just get feet. You could put that 1 ASI somewhere else to get to another stat point, so you have an additional positive bonus. So if like you have like a stat that's 15, you could increase it to 16 and have a modifier of plus 3.
So just to
somewhere?
make this a little bit easier, even numbers are your breakpoints for the additional plus modifiers, right? So 16, 18, 20. So all the odd numbers in between those don't give you any additional stuff, right? So what he's saying is if you give the 19, oh, no. That's not correct. That's not correct. I believe with the Gauntlets of Ogre Power, it artificially modifies your strength score to 19. And then you have to, when you add any ASI buffs to it, you're not adding it to the 19, you're adding it to the 16.
Yeah.
So once he gets his regular strength, so it just wouldn't be worth it ever putting any more points into strength anymore. Because you'd
basically need to put 1 more point into strength, and then you've maxed it out at that point.
No. You're not understanding me. That 19 is while he's holding on to those gauntlets. It's not increasing his actual physical strength as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually he'd have to put in a total of 4 still ASI to get over that 19.
Wait. Your strength score.
Yes.
So wouldn't that mean that my 16 would be a 19 and I'd still have the plus 3?
You'd have a plus 4 now. But I'm
Okay,
saying
so
is like you as a person, right? So you as
it would stay at 23. Is what we're saying.
Stay at 19.
Yeah, it just turns your strength score 19.
Yeah, and I'm saying if you want to use an ASI like at level 8 for your like as your character improvement, ability score improvement, instead of doing a +2 to strength, all that would do is it would change your 16 to an 18. It
Don't I
wouldn't.
already have 19? My thing is 3, and then the smaller number is 16.
Right. So your strength score right now is 16.
Yeah. So that
Wearing
would make
these would turn it into a 19.
19, which is a +4 on the modifier.
so
Fairy is not really all that good for you. You cannot increase the number past 19.
Unless you physically move your 16 to a 20, which
Yeah.
would be 2 full, like, I think
Right.
you'd be able to do that at like level 12, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
But regardless, then you wouldn't need the gauntlets anymore.
Yeah, and they'd be worthless.
Because after one increase from 16 to 18,
They're
you
the
already
same.
have the same modifier as you would with the gauntlets.
Yeah. But if you want to steal those still, I have no problem with that. And then you
They
just
would
never.
be good for someone with a low strength score, though.
Or
like you.
No.
no, he's also a 16. He's thinking more like BigYin or Elwarin, who aren't as strong as you guys.
Actually, my strength is 17, so I'm stronger than you. But you
Ooh,
know,
get wrecked. I don't know why you have an odd number. That's weird, but get wrecked. I swear you.
I got
just,
plans for my odd numbers.
You know,
How
I believe
dare
in you. I believe in you, dude. I believe in the feats, man. But yeah, no. So like I said, if you want to steal those, I have no problem. I'm just saying for the future, when you take feats or if you want to do an ability score improvement, you would just never touch strength again. You can add to your constitution to make yourself get more HP. You can add yourself to like wisdom or charisma or intelligence to, you know, let demons take over your mind. You know, tons of different things you can do. Yeah, cool. So are you taking these gauntlets of ogre power? How
Just to further table talk, what kind of consequences?
you'll find out. You have no idea.
Well, okay. Let me just say this: how does he know that I'm even going to take these?
Maybe he doesn't, right?
Karma's
Yeah.
a bitch. Let's put it that way.
No, I mean,
I would say your chances of getting away with stealing one thing are fairly good.
Okay, I'm gonna take them. That's
Cool.
enough. For me.
More than that,
fun.
probably very low. The more things
Technically,
you take.
he wasn't the one who stole us this stuff, right?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was the demon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I'm just letting you know, like, there are just consequences just with actions as there are in life, right?
That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I have no problem with you stealing this. I will never have a problem with you guys doing things in the game, but there are just things that happen accordingly. Cool. Yeah, sweet. So you take the gauntlets of overpower. I'll give you a little brief description for them for you. They are, think Infinity Gauntlet, but not as gaudy, and it's more sharpened claws almost, if you want to think about it that way.
So they're super obvious.
Yes. Like, if you had those on, people would know you have something on your hands. Whether they recognize it as the Gauntlets of Ogre Power or as something else, that's depending on what their knowledge is on magical items. But it would be very clear to everybody in the party that you now have something you didn't have previously.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk out of Valivoe. I'm gonna lock up Valgo's shop. Then I'm gonna go over to Garfield's house again.
So, do you lock up the bottom door that leads out into like that kind of cave area, and do you lock up the kind of?
Well, let's just assume I lock up
Cool.
everything.
Yeah, you lock everything up. Sweet. And now you're heading over to Garfield's spot. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. So you knock on Garfield's door. Do you have the gauntlets on, or are they in your backpack still?
They're just in my backpack.
Cool. All right, yeah, so you knock.
Yeah.
Why, hello there, Lando. Did you find a demon already? That was quick.
No, I did happen to find something else, and I was hoping you could help me out.
Oh, bring it in.
You know how we had a conversation about that, little ring deal for our communications?
Yes.
You could turn, these things, and then I'm gonna bring out these gauntlets into those as well, like in, kind of slam it all together, a little smorgasbord of power.
Yeah, he looks at you, looks at these things, and you see his eyes go wide. His eyes are kind of sparkling with his kind of thoughts racing through his head. He's like, "Oh, Lando, my boy, you are quite the devious lad, aren't you? Yes, I can do something about this. Give me still an hour. I think I can cook something up for this." it should be great fun.
Okay,
So
hold on,
for
sorry,
reference for you,
just another table talk thing.
Sure.
Like this guy's starting to freak me the fuck out. I don't know. I feel like every time we talk
Yeah.
to him, he's just getting
Yeah.
shadier and shadier.
sure, no
Yeah,
comment.
even though I guess I'm literally there making a deal with this dude, so like I understand I'm not coming from like a higher power at this point, but like I just want to reiterate that this guy is getting shadier and shadier.
He's like, listen, guys, I know I'm
That
doing
being
some.
said-
Yeah, he like this. Like if we were doing this like in a TV show, like cartoon portion, this is where he's turning to the audience. He's like, kids, don't try this at home. That's what's happening right now. Like he's
Like,
doing the bad action, but he's
I'm
letting
literally
everybody
trying
else
to, like,
know.
reenact a dare campaign.
Yeah,
just in
exactly.
some like weird podunk high school town.
Exactly. Yeah, there's like a
and then
freeze
I'm gonna
frame,
go
and then
join,
like
you
yeah,
know, behind the school.
there's a freeze
like,
frame.
I know this guy's shady because I'm shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a freeze frame as Lando and Garfield are shaking their hands with the gauntlets of ogre power sitting on his table and the blood vial like right next to it, because it's literally been like 20 or 30 minutes. Like he hasn't had the time yet to get to this portion, and it's gray. Everything turns gray, and then Lando kind of pops up. He's like, "Oh, hey everybody, this is Lando from A Night Out on the DL. I just want to let you know that what's happening right now is not great. If you consider yourself a good person, you wouldn't be doing this."
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like,
Exactly that.
anyways, back to the show. And then it kind of fades out, and then it goes back into Garfield and Ulrich shaking hands. Or sorry, Garfield and Lando shaking hands. And he's like, yes, I'll contact you within the hour, and we'll see if we can do something. The gauntlets, as you're looking at them right now, are a gray / silverish look to them, and they still have those kind of like points that are almost like they're points, right? So you could like claw someone you feel if you did that, like. But that's really all that. It's more aesthetics than anything else.
Yeah. One more question.
Sure.
In me doing this, does this reduce the power of them at all?
You're not sure. Garfield also isn't sure.
Okay.
He's like, is that going to be a problem? Should I make sure they stay at whatever strength level this gives you?
Yeah.
Okay. I will let you know if.
More if you're, feeling up for it.
Ooh, well, I won't be able to do that for free. I'll promise you that much.
In for a penny, in for a pound, kind of a thing.
Oh no, this is more like in for a red larch, out for a Mirabar, maybe. Oh no, Mirabar too big. How about in for a red larch, out for a dagger fruit, huh? You might know what I'm talking about. Hmm?
I think I'm from there.
Yes, you are. That's why I said it.
Yeah. Interesting.
No,
Okay.
we'll see what I can do. But I will not be increasing its overall power without some money, unless I do it and then you want to pay up afterwards.
What kind of action would we be talking about?
Oh, like 10,000 gold pieces for this.
Fuck. Okay, never mind.
Yes, good sir. Getting this.
I will give you 2.
Yes, 2 to add your blood to it and have that be serve as our conduit. Yes, I can agree to that, as I will not be having to gather my own materials for this this fun design.
Do that.
Excellent, cool. Yeah, so you hand over the 2 gold pieces. He's more than happy to take that, and you make your way out of the shop. It's been, like I said, roughly probably 25-ish minutes since you went into Valivoe's shop, and that's when you get back to the swinging sword.
Okay.
Moving back to the rest of the group, Ulrich and BigYin, you guys are hanging out by the bar. Elwarin and Cromwell are in their rooms currently.
Yep.
Yeah, so what are you guys talking about for this 30 minutes before, roughly 30 minutes before Lando gets there?
Well,
It is roughly 1:30-ish right now, and so they're still serving lunch. If you guys want.
Yeah. So I'll have lunch.
All right, cool. Yeah, so
Yeah.
typical fare,
Man,
gold piece for the.
Forward to that splint armor, I'll tell you what.
It's a gold piece for the food and whatever drink you guys are getting. Oh, sorry, a silver each. Sorry, I apologize. I revert. A silver each for the food and the
Alright.
drink.
So I'll order for I'll look at Ulrich and say, I got this, laddie, and I'll fork out two silver.
Okay, so that's just for the food.
Food and beer.
Okay, so that's just for you.
Yeah, 4 silver then
Yeah,
for
there you
each of us. So
Cool.
that's 3. Okay. And then I'll sit down and say, right. So what did you run into down there?
Well, Elwarin put out his little owl friend. It got hit by a 10-foot boulder. Poor little thing turned to dust. Then these ugly bitches came around corner and we ran.
Roll a history check with advantage because it's something that you would have studied back at Mirabar.
Or what? What am I?
To recall what those creatures were that ran at you and Cromwell before you guys booked it out of there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, you easily remember this. They're called Tanaruks, and they are a demon that can be summoned fairly easily with magic if you're strong enough. And they're fairly difficult to control if you're not a competent spellcaster.
I will relay that to BigYin.
Yeah. So BigYin, you recognize the Tanaruk as a, demon that's pretty much everything that I just said, as well as they are quite powerful. Like you would be surprised if you could fight one by like one-on-one sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, I'm thinking we go back down there full force, clear them out. Probably shouldn't be having demons under a town like this. I'm real worried about whatever the heck that thing was that threw the boulder. That's why we got out of there.
How do you spell Tanaruk?
Tanaruk. Let me check it. I have it here. Tanarukk.
Right. Well then, I'd better bolt this down and go take a long rest then, because it sounds like I'll be needing it.
Oh, it's like noon, right?
Yeah, like 1:30 roughly.
Y'all are sleepy motherfuckers.
You understand? It's been in the 8 hours that we've been awake and operating. I've done a fair bit of magic. I've had to dispel demons out of my head twice.
We're almost getting close to my military days,
I've shapeshifted twice.
12, 13 more hours of this. Oof, it'd be rough.
Right. Well, you don't have any magic. If I was to run it about swinging my stick and not having to cast and do anything else special, like dispel demons and heal people and do all sorts of other things, I'd be fine to keep it up all day. How that's not the case, you wee man.
You know what? You're right. Next time, I'll let him bash all over you. I'll do the nothing. I'll swing my stick around. You got it.
I'm not saying it's as if you haven't done nothing. I'm just saying the skill set's a wee bit different. That's all I'm saying. No need to take offense.
All I'm saying is it's a bit odd. Y'all are falling asleep at noon. People are going to start talking.
Do I have anything where I can just shut him up? Where I can just
cast
it on him and shut him up? What can I do?
So I would like to
passive aggressive.
Go adventuring for 8 more hours, but damn.
Yeah, so
wake up at like midnight, then what?
Yeah. So one quick thing. You do recall, BigYin, that casting magic in a shop of some sort had very negative consequences for you, to the point where Valivoe
I know.
kicked you out.
I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah. So I'm just letting you also have that memory kind of creep in as you're thinking about that, is all.
Also, what I'm trying to get across is, yes, you can't cast any more spells, but also you did wake up like 8 hours ago.
Mm-hmm. It's been 6.5 or 7 hours, right. 7.5 hours roughly now.
So I don't know if you guys
and I just don't. I just want to understand. I just want to make sure that you get that. Like, it's not so much that BigYin is tired. It's that if this fight's as big as you say it is, it's more along the lines of he wants to be useful, and since you refuse to choose, since as a character Ulrich refuses to kind of like understand how magic works, and that I can only do so many things a certain number of times per day, and then I'm useless.
Right.
Calling back to your character. Yes.
What he's trying to say is, yes, you can't do anything, but that doesn't mean y'all have to go to bed. There's So a whole day, like
So
you
I
read a
think it's-
book, you can, chat with people. Like,
Hang on, DM. Just let me understand this.
Mhm.
A long rest typically means to me that I have to like sit and do nothing. Like it may just be meditate. It could be, but usually it's sleep. But I have to do something to the point where I can get my spell slots back.
It's something of very little effort. I'll look up the exact rules, but something like you could be reading during that time. However, and this is very important, you can only get one long rest per day.
I
The
know,
effect
and this
cycle,
is
right? So if you're
this is
taking it
one
now,
day.
you will not be able to get one until the actual next sunset after this
Ah,
one.
that's some bullshit.
I also think what Ulrich is getting at is that you need a long rest for your magic. Like you can still do stuff where you don't require your magic.
Like swing your
until we
stick.
all-
I get that. My point is, I only have 3 level 4 level
Yeah, I
1 healing
know.
spells
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
I
we know
understand,
mechanically in the game.
but
What
we're
Ulrich
not
is just
gonna
trying to say is like
do
it.
anything until tomorrow anyway.
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
he's trying to say is like it's gonna be hella suspicious, like if we just call it quits here, right? And so he's saying like we can go talk to people, we can go do other things, and then you take your
well,
rest
then what
in
else
the
do you
evening.
have? All right, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was being dense.
Like,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just
Um,
trying to like build a cohesive world where people don't go to sleep at noon.
or at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then wake up at midnight and are like, all right, I'm ready to fucking go.
No, I'm sorry. I was being a bit dense and being
Yeah, it's all
literal
good.
because I thought we were literally, as soon as we were done, we were going to go back down into the store and fight this thing.
I mean,
Right.
it's a
If
possibility,
anything,
but that's not what he's saying you can do
say
right now.
time passes
Yeah.
and it's the next morning. That's fine.
I mean, well, what did you have in mind? If you have a plan for something else to do today, I'm all for it.
So yeah,
The only other thing I could think to do is to try and I just reach into my bag and pull out one of the random 5 potions. It's like I'd like to figure out what these do.
cool. Yeah, so let me
Yep.
give you guys some plot points that you guys still have that I recall. Feel free to fill in, add additional things. Ulrich, I believe you still wanted to check some stuff out with Harbuck. Check him out a little bit, see if he's with the cults. You guys are still curious about what's going on with Yolantha. You got those potions, as well as the cults, the cult of the Black Earth that you guys still have to go back to now that their festival is over.
Hmm.
Those are the 4 major things I can think about that you guys are interested in doing.
Ulrich's gonna
Well-
respond with, well, we have been traveling for basically nonstop for a week now. I was planning on just like reading a book, getting more into these dwarven histories, maybe play a
What?
game of chess.
I
You
mean,
know.
we could do that, or do you want to go talk to the sheriff again? Make sure he's on
Well-
the up and up.
Not if you're as weak as you're saying you are.
I mean, I'm not useless.
Well, let's
I'm
say
just saying,
he's
if
a
we're
demon.
if we're not going to go fight, if we're not going to go fight those big creatures you were talking about, I reckon I'm up for a wee bit of talking and some
But what if
wicked
he
work.
is one of the big creatures?
Well, we'll cross that bridge then when we come
So-
to it.
One quick thing, BigYin. Garfield did tell you there are no more demons on the surface level.
That's true. And besides, Garfield did say there's no more demons on the surface. So at worst, he's a cultist. And that way you get to bounce him on the head.
I think what he means also by that is that there are demons not on the surface.
Well,
Right.
no,
Well, we
that's,
know
well,
that
he
he's
got at that because there's 2 Terex underneath Valivoe's shop, and those are low-grade demons.
Hopefully somebody locked him up.
He's working on it.
Yeah.
He's in the
I
middle of
already
searching
did
for
that.
stuff. No,
Right, yeah.
this is while you're
Oh.
still searching for stuff in the shop. This is all
Got it.
happening simultaneously. Sorry, it's very disjointed when you split the party, so you have to like split up the timelines.
Yeah.
I'll let you know when you're back with them.
So I'm just kind of like, BigYin is kind of figuring this out and is coming to terms with all this, and he's nettled by the fact that it's like he's embarrassed by the fact that he didn't really he's not quite, that he screwed up the whole concept of time and what he needs to do because he's the so-called magic expert,
Sure.
and bothered by the fact he let Ulrich get under his skin.
Mhm.
And at the same time, he's just like, right, I can be useful in other ways. And if we want to go put the squeeze on the sheriff, I'm more than happy to help.
I
Shall
don't
we
think
go?
it's the right time, put the squeeze, as you say, on the sheriff. Maybe if
And
you
what
spend
would
some
you like
time
to do?
investigating. Again, okay, now this table talk. I was just trying to build a realistic world.
I
People
get it.
don't fall asleep at noon
Okay.
just because they don't have spell slots.
Sorry again, being thick.
No, it's good.
Right.
You could
Well then,
it could just be a rest day.
Yeah, you guys can just hang out.
I've got some alchemical work to do then, and I'll just go ask the. Actually, where if I don't have the tree anymore, where exactly could I do some? Where is there a store in town where I could actually do some alchemical testing?
It's called Garfield's place.
I may take a walk back to Garfield's house.
you and you and Lando are gonna pass each other on
Pretty
the
much.
road.
That's pretty much what's about to happen. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So BigYin decides to head out. Ulrich, are you just gonna be hanging out by the bar, eating your food, and kind of chilling out?
Pulling out a book. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Elwarin, in your room, are you just taking a short rest, or are you actually sleeping, or what? Are you just like hanging out in your room, kind of like circling your thoughts? What's the game plan?
Yeah. So I'm just imagining myself sitting on the bed, just trying to grasp what just happened to me.
Are you going to reach out to anyone via any means? Cool.
That was the goal. I was going to reach out to my dad.
Got it. Yes, I like this. Good choice. Yeah. So what do you say when you reach out to him?
I'll just like, hey, Dad, how's it going?
Hey, Elwarin. It's going good. We're it hasn't been that long since we chatted before. I think it's been a few days. We're on the hunt for these werewolves still.
And how's that going?
There's been talk about these the loop gurus kind of starting trouble. We're just trying to figure out where the loop guru is currently and if we need to set up a task force with your mother here and take it down. If it's that bad, right? You know what I mean? Like typically we kind of leave things be, as nature is nature. But if the loop guru is intending to cause massive harm, we can't be having that here. So we might have to take it out.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Sounds like there's some strange werewolf activities going on. So
yeah, they're getting all riled up all the time. We're not quite sure why. Fortunately, we have the werebears at all of the werewolf tribes, so it's not as bad as it could be, but still kind of tough. But yeah, what's been going on with you, son? I know we're typically this is a little early for our typical chats. So what's been going on with you? Did you need me for something?
Yeah, it's been a rough day. Let's put it that way. I'm
son,
not gonna go.
He like looks up. He's like, it's like 2:00, son. How bad could it have been?
Well, let me just get straight to the point that I want to talk to you about. We were investigating a bit of things that were going on in the Red Larch, and we ended up in this basement dungeon. And after some investigation and fighting, we were stuck in this room with this black dust smoke. We're trying to avoid it, but we had the choice to fight creatures or that seemed very big. We're not sure what was awaiting us around the corner, or go back through that fog or smoke, whatever you want to call it. And we ran through, and I ended up being in someone else's body for a while.
Whoa!
Which
did you eat something you shouldn't have? We talked about this growing up. Like there are good mushrooms and bad mushrooms, and
I know all about the mushrooms. This had nothing to do with that. This was some sort of soul switching magic that I've never been exposed to before. And yeah,
he kind of sits there and metaphorically, he's just like kind of like if you guys are like speaking together, like looking at each other, he's like sitting there thinking. He's silent on his end for a little bit. He's like, "Well, shit, son, that's wild. Are you okay? Are you back in your own body? Is everything going okay?"
Yeah. We Garfield was able to help us out with a bit of money too.
Oh, yeah. Garfield's great. Yeah, he definitely will help you for a price. Yeah, so that's his kind of MO.
I know. I just felt like I need to share this. I mean, I am still trying to figure out this magic stuff, and I know you're more closer to the nature, but you have more of a neck to this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me talk to you about that. And he starts to think a little bit as he's a little silent on his end, and he's like, okay, so there are some magical spells that can be cast that can pull your soul from your body. There's a couple spells that will swap souls between two different bodies. Could you explain a little bit more about what happened? You like ran through the smoke and then your soul kind of got plucked out. Is that what happened?
Yeah, so I wasn't the first one to go through there. We had two people go in front of me. It was the BigYin and Lando. The BigYin seemed fine. Um, Lando, from what we were told, his body just dropped.
Hmm.
And his what we found out later, his soul was just by itself, floating close to the body, and was later put back into the body by Garfield. Um, and I believe the BigYin was talking to Garfield a bit about what was going on at the moment, and the last advice before he took off, he gave us was to go through in pairs. And I had, I, yeah, this is a long story, but I got a hold of this bag of tricks. So I had a
Oh.
giant goat with me.
Hell yeah! Bag of tricks. Those are great items, son. Good job on getting one of those.
It's been an interesting use. It's been helpful and it's been not so much helpful, but I'm still figuring it out. But so I decided to ride my goat through it because I thought we were a pair of two, and yeah, my soul got pulled out and was stuck in a dark place, which I'm assuming was that cloud, and I couldn't see my body, I couldn't see anything. And a while later, Ulrich and Cromwell passed through together shortly after me, and Ulrich was fine, and it seemed like the same thing happened to Cromwell, but at the time his soul left his body, we switched, and I just woke up inside his body.
You don't say. He's like, well, I can give you some insight onto what happened with your goat friend if you'd like. I know that answer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what you're doing is you're pulling spirits from a different realm, and they're being put into shape with your thought, right? So when you're reaching into the bag and you're tossing this out, some part of your subconscious is asking for some animal, right, based off your attunement with this certain bag of tricks. And as that kind of comes out, it's taking on the form that your subconscious is thinking of. And so it's still a spirit of some sort that's inhabiting this form. So in this case, a giant goat. However, when it's going through that soul transference process, it's not in a body, really, right? It's kind of like think of it as kind of like a bag that has something holding the bag up, right? Like the bag isn't a body necessarily; it's just kind of something that covers the ball of spirit inside of that. So there's no body that it was attached to when it got pulled out, so it went immediately back to its plane of existence.
Yeah, that explains that. Yeah.
Regarding what you saw in that black mist, I think that's going to be something more to like your soul not being on the regular plane anymore. It's in a separate, not astral, even kind of more of a like demi astral plane that allows you still to see and kind of interact with the world on this plane of existence, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite equal, right? Because you haven't fully died and gone to the astral plane, right? Because your body is still there, your body's still breathing, so your soul has that still tether. And if that tether breaks, a couple things can happen. You either go straight to the astral plane, and depending on what's been going on with you and your god and whoever you are thinking about, you might reincarnate into a new creature, into a new being as a small baby or as a sapling or whatever it is. Or you are now just free to roam the land as a dreadful spirit. Sometimes these turn into like evil undead. You see me with my experiments. Sometimes I can turn creatures that have died into quick little zombies things.
Yeah.
Think like that, but much, much more sinister. You become more of a like wailing soul, like a ghoul almost. and you start losing your sense of reason and your sense of identity of who you are until you're just this ball of hatred and anger, and all of your negative thoughts, negative feelings are brought back up to the fold. Um, so I'm glad that you didn't try to break the tether in the whatever span of time it took for you to swap bodies, because that would have been really awful. Um, but I'm glad you're sharing this with me, son. I mean, the only reason I could find an explanation for why you guys swapped is that it must have been part of the spell. If two souls are in the same area or within a same span of distance from each other, and they both get popped out due to this walking through the spell in your case, your bodies would swap. Your souls would swap into the other person's body. That's the best guess I have for you, not being able to study it myself.
Yeah, that sounds similar to what Gapi was able to tell us about it too.
Oh, well, yeah, Garfield would definitely know more about it than me. Obviously, any more information than this, like the specifics of what the spell is and how it's created
Yeah.
and all that stuff, you'd have to pay him. But I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you had to pay him to get back to your body, so he usually just covers like what happened to you and like how he fixed it as part of that fee. I mean, your mother
Yeah,
and I have ran into him at a few places, and like, yes, it does kind of suck that we have to pay him money to get stuff, but like he's been very generous with his information once we pay him.
Oh, I agree. He's been helpful, but he's also been offering other ways of payment, which some of us have taken advantage of, and I'm not very inclined to.
Oh, the blood.
Yeah, he
If you
likes to spill blood.
Yes, he does like to experiment. I personally, and I don't know anybody who has, but there have been rumors that people who give him blood to Garfield have had positive and negative effects, just depending on what happens when he's experimenting on. Nobody's died, for what it's worth, but
That's
some
good.
people have, we'll say, some traumatic memories of things that he was experimenting with, for the lack of a better word. He has apologized and offered to remove.
I like to hear.
Yeah, he has offered to remove those memories from people, but obviously that's for a cost, right?
Do you know like any of the experience he was working on? Because I know that BigYin gave him some of his blood to. So in the end, he had an earring attached to him that allows him to have a communication with Garfield.
Oh, yeah. So some of them were trying to resurrect loved ones. Others were trying to create new life. Um,
Okay.
Others were just curious what he could do with their blood. It was really just pure coincidence and curiosity that a lot of people gave their blood to Garfield. And he doesn't try to make it forced, right? He gives you the option, money or blood, right? He doesn't usually require just blood. That's a yeah.
So you haven't heard about anything about experiments with the communication
No,
tool?
this is definitely the first time I've heard it. And hey, if it worked,
Okay.
that's awesome. But I have heard like when he's experimenting with stuff like that, that they don't always work. And
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm glad.
Well,
I'm glad.
yeah, I was just curious if he has done experience like this before, and if there was
Oh yeah.
anything that could relate to the begin, that would have been nice. But just making sure. But I'm just glad to have you to talk to you about things like this, since this, like I said, the whole magic thing is still wonder to me.
Yeah, and
Um,
you'll get there, son. I have faith in you. I mean, you come from. I mean, if you're half as good as your mother, I mean, you'll be set. You'll be fine.
yeah. But do you think there's any chance for me to like ever like increase my knowledge, maybe learn some tricks that will be helpful in some of these situations?
Oh yeah. Are you hoping to like learn from like me or from someone like me?
Yeah, that would be
Oh
great. I mean, if I know we're a little far away from each other right now, but if you know people that I might be close to that I could contact and talk to.
yeah. Let me reach out to some people on the on our little wavelength, and let me see who I can find that could that's at least somewhat close by to you. They might not be in the Red Large, but it might be at like Yartar or another town that's like fairly close by to you. That might be useful.
Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I'll let you know. But yeah, I'll reach out. Cool. Yeah, I'll look for druids and rangers that are in the area. They might be able to teach you something.
wonderful. I
Awesome.
appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, son. And like I said, if you ever need to chat, just feel free to reach out. We're still scheduled for, I believe, next week for our regular chat. But if you ever need to reach out like this, always feel free.
Will do.
Cool.
Tell Mom I said hi.
Will do. Bye. Connection cuts, and at this point, Lando, you are roughly here, walking your way back to the swinging sword, as you see BigYin walking out of the swinging sword and like roughly here at the between Cairn and the long road.
What's up?
And BigYin, you don't see anything on Lando that's out of what he normally has on him.
Why would he?
No, I'm
Be-
just
why
I'm
would
just
he
letting him
be
know.
that in the first place?
I'm just letting him know because like they just so everybody understands that like you look exactly the same like you would normally. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's because I'm also the one taking notes, so technically I have a lot of additional information that my character doesn't have. So he's just verbally reminding me that, hey, there are certain things that BigYin doesn't know that you as a player do know.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking notes. I just kind of look him over. I'm like, right, did Valivoe's shop get locked up?
That's for you, buddy.
Sorry. Yes, it did. It got very locked up, and I closed the door in the basement, and then I left, and then I went to Garfield's, just briefly again.
You didn't do anything silly. Well, I'm off then to Garfield's. I've got some experimentation to do, as the tree's no longer around.
Oh, well, have fun.
Right. I'll do my best, and I'll just wander off.
Go get him, Tiger.
One of the most awkward encounters ever, but yeah, sure.
This is the 5 and whatever her name is from
The Lando special.
yeah, it's the Lando special. There we go, perfect. But you guys know the scene I'm talking about, right? The meme where 5 and the other person are kind of passing by in cars that they kind of see each other. That's what I'm imagining is how this is going. Yeah, cool. All right, so yeah, you guys. I will let Lando go first because
I don't know why, but when I pictured that whole conversation, like "My Arms of an Angel" or whatever, like the ASPCA song, that's playing in the background. In the arms of an angel. There we go.
Nice. There you
Just
go.
gonna be a sad dog, fading out of the background.
Yeah, and
no
Frank
reason.
is just paddling up right behind you, right? He's just
Frank's a trooper.
yeah. Frank's just
Ooh!
hanging out. Frank's hanging out with you. Yeah. So
Oh,
you
it's
head to the swinging
idea.
sword.
Oh God.
Ulrich is. I mean, is that where you're heading to? You're meeting up with the group at the swinging sword, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah. Hold on. Table talk. If I give this ring to the dog, does
Well,
he
it's not
have
a
19
ring. It's the gauntlets now, right? Because you've asked him to imbibe the gauntlets with this power.
into a ring.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry, I thought you were saying instead of making the ring, can you use the gauntlet to?
No.
Okay, got it. So you want him to
Yeah.
turn the gauntlets of ogre power, into a ring for you. Got it. I fully understand now what you're hoping for because that would have been a very awkward conversation next session when he.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
That was way clearer than.
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. That's okay.
But if I get back to my original question, if I give that ring to the dog, does he have 19 strength?
Yes, he will, and he will be able to talk to Garfield with whatever is inside that brain of his if he has one.
What? That's so fucking cool. Okay. Maybe I just give it to the dog for the laugh.
Dude,
Honestly,
maybe.
I would do that for a fucking laugh. That sounds hilarious.
Ooh. If you want, he could transform the gauntlets into like little like booties for the pup.
Let's just stick with the. Well, that would make. Well, he doesn't even. He can only bark. So I don't know what 19 strength is really gonna do.
Maybe you'll find out, right? All right, cool. Yeah, so he will see what he can do to move the power of that gauntlets of ochre power into the form of a ring, as well as imbibe it with communication abilities.
Oh, sorry. Final thing. If somehow that doesn't work, can I then take the ring and imbue that power like into the dog? Whatever that would look like. It doesn't have to be the strength thing, but just like
just the communication with Garfield. Yeah, the dog would be able to. Ooh.
Just like a whole like a little like give him like a little level up like a mushroom or whatever.
I see what you're saying now.
Let's
talk offline about that because I
actual math there, and I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to riff a little.
Sure. Yeah. Let's talk offline, and we'll circle around it because I haven't
Yeah.
given it enough thought at this point to
Yeah,
promise
no,
you
no,
something that might be way overpowered than what
Yeah.
you've already done.
that's fair.
I haven't thought of my own consequences for giving you this item yet.
You don't know. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue.
Like I said, no. Like we'll chat. We'll chat offline. Like after this, after the session's done. Cool. All right.
Cool.
So is that it? So you head into the swinging sword. You see Ulrich eating his food, drinking his beer, reading a book. At this point, by the way, Ulrich, you've like fully finished the book. It's been roughly 2 minutes since BigYin left.
He finished a book in 2 minutes.
No. So that book that book that you translated for at least to the best of your knowledge for useless, you fully translated. I just want to give you a heads up on that. You had fully finished that a while ago.
Yeah, now I'm just rereading it.
Okay, cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll go sit next to him and have a beer.
Nice. Yeah. So it's
you're still alive. That's good news.
What's up, homie?
Yeah. So 2 silver, 1 silver for the food, 1 silver for the drink.
Oh, I was just gonna drink, but that's all right.
I mean, yeah, you can just pay the silver then. They just weren't sure because it's lunchtime, right? So they're.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm always hungry.
I figured.
Gotta feed my belly, and then I'm gonna just smack my belly a couple times.
Got it. Yeah. It vibrates.
Yeah, that's my pre-meal ritual.
Yeah, I
gotta get it ready to take.
Yeah, it's the sounding of the gong right before you start a fight. It's the same concept but for food. I like it.
Yeah, but it's my belly and there's no gong.
No, it makes a sound when you hit your belly. It sounds like a gong. It's a deep hum, like a hmm.
Oh, that is just okay. There's too many things to this guy in his fucking stomach.
Listen, you're the one who wants this, man. I don't know what you want from me.
I didn't say gong. I just said I was gonna hit my stomach.
Yeah, it makes a vibration noise.
Gong, not me.
All I'm saying is, I was saying like a la a gong before a fight. So I'm saying it doesn't make that sound necessarily, but when you hit it, the vibration does make a deep humming sound. All
right.
Not like a gong, just a deep humming sound, like that's it, like and as it kind of you feel the vibration on your hand as you hit it. It's very faint. It's not like a loud, everyone in the store and everyone in this inn now hears you hit your stomach every time you eat. It's a just between you and your stomach kind of sound.
Okay. I'm glad we clarified this. Sorry.
It's okay. That's my fault for even bringing it up, I guess.
Yeah.
I was trying to bring some fun flavor into the game. I apologize. Cool. All right, yeah. So, Ulrich, you were saying before we got derailed.
Yeah, just pointing out he's alive. Good. The demons didn't get out?
Not that I saw. I mean, I wasn't there very long. I just, locked up, left.
When you were down there checking the door, no sign of anybody trying to come through at all.
Good. That's good news. Well, looks like we're getting just a bit of R&R. Start back up tomorrow morning. So, rest of the day as whatever you want to do.
Okay, sorry, just table talk. I do think it is funny that we, just went and, murdered some gargoyles and just had this huge ordeal of a day. And then now we're just like, well, you got the afternoon off now.
I mean, everyone went to bed or, it's like, I can't cast spells.
Yeah. Totally get it.
Ulrich's down. He would have gone all day.
Ulrich's down to pound, man. So maybe you and Ulrich just go.
I don't think that's going to be a recipe of success. Also, what's happening to Cromwell and all this? Where'd he go?
Cromwell's in his room, just silent. Okay.
I would imagine that both Elwarin and Cromwell are dealing with the ramifications of having their souls split from their bodies and then put in another body and then split from those bodies and put back into their bodies.
I mean, my soul was split. I'm totally fine. I was put into a clay ball that had ears and a mouth.
And eyes.
And eyes.
And
nobody's asking me how I'm doing.
But is that really that much different?
I'm get up, and I'm gonna leave.
Love it.
Whew. Whew. Okay. Where are you going with your pint?
I'm gonna go over to the helm at the high sun.
Got it. So yeah, so or could you say like how is that much different than this? You just see Lando scoot out from the chair.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, just about face and just walk away while drinking his mug, and you see him open the door and like head across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. It just like continues drinking and opens his book up again.
Got it. Cool. We'll leave you at the helm with the high sun. Are you just gonna be drinking the rest of the day, Lando?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that was a Lando question.
Answer for me. You seem to have got
Sorry.
me
No,
figured
I
out.
thought he was talking to me. I thought he was still talking to
No,
me.
I'm
Sorry.
just talking with you. Yeah, no, I'll just stay drinking there.
Okay, cool.
I'll just let him think about what he's done, and then I'll
You'll head back maybe.
I'll go back maybe when I'm drunk, and then that's when I'll be honest. I'll be like, that was mean.
Yeah, so we'll say you just the barkeep recognizes you, says, Lando, my man. We doing the Lando special where it's you pay me a gold and all your drinks are covered for the day?
No,
Okay, what are we doing? Silver a pint?
I just want one right now.
Got it. And he
Not
slides
everything needs to be out alcohol, bartender.
He's
He
like, look,
says
man.
as he comes in holding a pint
Yeah.
from another place.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the same cup he uses at every place he goes to, right? This is Lando's cup. Oh, Lando, did you take any damage last combat?
No.
Okay, then doesn't matter. Your amulet drunket is on you, so if you ever take damage and you drink a pint, you can regain. I think it's like 4d8 or some bullshit number like that.
Can I
Worth of
use that
HP.
just to get like
You can't
temporary hit
overheal.
points?
You cannot overheal. I'm sorry.
Oh.
That would be broken. Then you just do that before every fight. Anyway, yeah, cool. So you slide over a silver to the barkeep. He slides you over. He refills your pint, and he says, "Well, Lando, the offer is always there. If you want to just do the gold for the full day's worth of drinks, you know where to come to."
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, gives you that little that the wink with the chick and the kind of finger point at him with two hands, because you are his favorite customer.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so BigYin, you're heading over to Garfield's shop.
Hi. Yes.
Are you knocking on the door? Are you saying, "Hey, I'm coming over"? Or did you do anything to prepare for this?
I'll just walk up and knock on his door and wait politely outside.
Okay, Garfield's like, "Coming!" As he you hear shuffling, and he approaches the door and he opens. He's like, "Oh, BigYin, what did I surprise?"
Hey, well, I figured that I wouldn't. It would if I kept talking to people in my head, I may forget my manners. So I just figured I'd knock. Uh, Suffice it to say, I was looking for a place to do some alchemical experiments, and I pull out one of the 5 random red potions because I don't know what they do.
Mhm.
I got these from Valivoe, and I'm not exactly sure what they do. I'd like to find out.
Oh, would you like me to tell you, or would you like to find out for yourself?
I'm wondering. I'm assuming it'll cost me something for you
Oh,
to tell me.
yes. Yes, it will.
I'd rather do a wee bit of experimentation then.
Perfectly fine. And he snaps his fingers, and a table pops up with every tool you could think of on there, ready for use. It's about a 10-foot by 5-foot table.
Awesome.
He's like, "There you go."
I have only herbalism, no alchemical spells. So
This is just going to be straight Arcana for me, buddy.
yeah, so I'll do a Arcana check then.
5 Arcana checks, DC of 18.
1.
Nice. Okay, you got the first one. These are going to be in order, just so you know.
Yeah. So what's the first one do?
The first one is if you drink it, you have to roll an intelligence check. If you roll lower than a 10, you gain 8d4 plus 8 HP as temporary HP. Or
Hang on, notepad. So potion 1. Intelligence check. Intelligence check.
yep, if you succeed with a lower than 10, you gain the following. you regain 8d4 plus 8 health points up to your maximum, not as temporary HP. On a roll higher than 10, nothing happens.
Damn.
That would be good for you. Sorry, that was a shitty joke.
Okay. Second potion. And I'm sorry, the 3D dice are not rolling across my screen, and so there's a little bit of a lag
It's okay.
in terms of waiting for the rolls to come out.
It's fine.
Okay. Let me drag that over there. Okay. Arcana number 2.
Oof. No idea. This is this potion number 2 is a wild thing. You have no idea what's going on with it.
If I were to spell any adversity tokens, would it get me above the DC?
You need to get an 18.
Okay. So, potion 3.
Okay, if you got 4 adversity tokens, feel free to burn them.
Okay. Do I have enhance attribute? Enhance ability. I could do enhance ability again. It is a level 2 spell slot. I will burn 4 more adversity tokens to learn spell 3.
Okay.
To learn potions 3.
Yeah,
So
cool.
I have 3 adversity tokens now.
Cool. Yeah, so potion 3 is if you have to roll an intelligence check again after drinking. And if it is a lower than 10, you gain a +2 to strength checks for the next 5 minutes. Otherwise, nothing happens.
So lower than 10 intelligence check.
+2.
Get +2. Get
to strength.
+2 to STR. Over 10, nothing. Okay.
And when you're kind of looking at this liquid, it reminds you of something like when people get really drunk and they like over exceed their limits when they're lifting something, and then they're like sore the next day. And you're also having like when people have that like kind of superhuman moment where they like lift something they probably shouldn't have. For
adrenaline potion.
Yeah, it's kind of like an adrenaline potion. Similar effects, but it lasts for 5 minutes.
So I'm going to 4 or 5 minutes. So then I'm going to actually burn another level 2 spell slot, and I'm gonna use enhance attribute.
Okay. What does that do?
And let me just cast it. And enhance ability. And I'm going to basically cast myself with Eagle's. Let's see.
You mean
where's
Fox's
the
Cunning?
ordered intelligence? Yeah, Fox's. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Fox's Cunning.
So
it gives me advantage on intelligence rolls.
Yeah, let me check this real quick. I feel like this is fine, but I just want to make sure there isn't like a rule specifically says that you can't do that. Because like sometimes they have rules in the game that say like, this is specifically not meant for this.
Okay. I figure it's just an Arcana roll, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, you get advantage on it. That's fine on your Arcana checks.
Okay. Arcana.
Cool. Yeah. So this one for potion number 4 is if you roll a 10 or lower on a Wisdom check after drinking it, you gain a +2 to your dexterity checks for the next 5 minutes. So this makes you think it's more of like you feel like you're more limber and spry than you would be normally. Like you're releasing inhibitions to allow yourself to become more.
It's a cat's grace potion. No, so potion 3 is effectively Bull's strength. If I remember my Neverwinter Nights.
It's just a +2. It's not advantage. It's a +2 for each of these.
Yeah. Yeah, it's +2. Well, but so like in Neverwinter Nights, it just gave you pluses to those. It didn't give you an
Sure.
advantage on the rolls in
But-
the computer game. So
The key thing though is if you roll higher than a 10, nothing happens. So
yeah.
this one sounds awful for you. Like you would never be able to get this typically because of your wisdom
Yeah.
being as high as it is.
Might be helpful to Cromwell or no, not Lando. Yeah,
Oh.
Lando maybe.
All I have to say is that Cromwell had like a +5 or +6 on his saving throw. That was wild
Alright,
for wisdom.
Not Cromwell, Ulrich. If he has low dexterity, I don't know. But who knows? Potion 5.
Yeah, see the roll, baby. Yeah. Lower than a 10 wisdom check. This one gives you +2 intelligence for the next 5 minutes on your checks. And this is like it makes you feel like you're smarter, or like you're maybe allowing yourself to tap into different parts of your space of your head. But yeah, we are going to pretty much wrap up there. Actually, that was my game plan. So yeah, so you got 4 out of the 5. You know what 1, 3, 4, and 5 do. 2 is a mystery, but all of them seem to be based off of a check of some sort, and they last for 5 minutes, or nothing happens if you beat the check. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. When we come back next week, hopefully, we'll pick right up from the spot.